road trip for the Orioles is over. It started in Milwaukee and then deep in the heart and heat of Texas, going through Houston and finishing up in Arlington. They came out with a 5-5 record. Now they return home to Baltimore. The next 10 games will be part of this homestand. It's time for the Orioles to make hay at home. Oakland next. It's the Orioles on Masson, and the Orioles are mighty happy to open the gates back home as the Oakland A's are in town. The A's tied for first for the best record in baseball and in the American League, and the fans on hand to see if the O's can get some W's against them. This is the first meeting of the season for Oakland and the Orioles. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne. Welcome. The Orioles, a 5-5 road trip where the offense came alive. They averaged 5.1 runs per ball game on the road. They would love to be able to continue that here at home. It is time to make hay at home. Take a look at the comparison between the same number of games played last year through this year at home. Amazingly, the record is exactly the same. Batting average, though, significantly better last year. The runs per game, a run and a half better last year. Home runs better last year. And the ERA actually better this year. So you take a look at that, Mike Bordy. What it tells you is it's the offense at home that needs to pick it up.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, though, a great road trip for this Orioles offense. 58 hits in the last 5 games and a .290 batting average or better since May 18th. So a lot of guys in this Orioles offense have caught on fire. It's kind of interesting. The record's identical, but last year the offense was there, no pitching. This year, no offense. There's better pitching. You know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Last year, they didn't make it the postseason, but they finished 11 games over 500 at home. So I think this Orioles offense is going to start showing more consistency, and they're going to play much better here at Camden Yards.
And the rotation of pitchers continues. Miguel Gonzalez was put on the DL today. That problem with his side and his shoulder that nagged him on the road for the last couple of days. Buck Showalter talked about that and what the Orioles are doing.
Hopefully the plan is for him to, he's going to throw today somewhat, take a side hopefully in the next few days, and then pitch looks like probably Bowie or Frederick, you know, sometime in the middle of the week, which would set him up for a 15th, 16th, or 17th start back with us.
So Miguel Gonzalez on the DL. Here are the moves today. Gonzalez on the DL, and Tim Berry recalled. He was on the 40-man roster. He's up from Bowie. There are the numbers he's had at AA. Preston Guillemette, who never really left the ball club, got optioned to Norfolk. Evan Meek selected the contract. His numbers at AAA with that 3.95 ERA. So the trying to fill the needs for pitching just continues to be a rotating carousel.
Well, I think the good news for the Orioles is they've created that depth. They're starting to see some new faces. So Tim Berry, you know, really put his name on the map last season, a breakout season, 11 wins in Single A, came to big league camp, really showed Buck Showalter and Dave Wallace a lot. A nice young athlete and doing a good job right now in AA. So just to kind of get some exposure here, but they need the extra arms, so give a young player an opportunity to get familiar with the surroundings. They think he's going to be here one day. And Evan Meek, of course, you know, he's been up and down for the Orioles, an experienced veteran pitcher, but that rotation is going to keep going through, and the Orioles no stranger to making moves during the season.
And for Oakland, one of the best rotation in baseball is what the Orioles going to face on a homestand that should be great, because there are some tremendous teams coming in where the Orioles need some W's. Let's kick it off. A's next. Masson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find Southwest Airlines fares online only at southwest.com. By visit Annapolis.org. Find it here. And by AT&T, mobilizing your world. What a magnificent day and a great weekend in the forecast here in the Baltimore area. Take a look at our train game time temperature, a most comfortable 76 degrees. Visit trainsearch.com to find your local train comfort specialist dealer. It's hard to stop a train, really hard. Starting lineup for this A's team with 37 wins on the year. Gentry, Lowry, and Donaldson. Cespedes, Norris, and Moss. Calespo, Blanks, and Punto. Josh Donaldson having one of the best starts of any major leaguer this season.
Now let's take a look at Wei-Yin Chen's pitch arsenal this season. He uses fastball at 64%, the breaking ball 22%, at the slider and curveball. Their changeup, those numbers coming up 14%. Starting to really improve on the change. See the numbers on the year. 11 starts, 6-2 record, 4.26 earned run average with 46 Ks and just 11 base on balls for Chen. Wei-Yin Chen's last start, just 5 1/3. Taking a look at the opponent batting average, 298. Lefties way up 383 and the righties at 272. But 5 1/3 innings. He only gave up the 1 earned run. He was up to 97 pitches, but a little frustrated when he came out of that ball game. He wanted to stay in there a little bit longer. Buck Showalter pulls him, and we'll see if Wei-Yin Chen kind of pitches with a little attitude tonight. Wanting to get a little bit deeper. He's had great success against the A's in his career. 3 starts, 3-0 with a .44 earned run average.
So Chen ready to go as these teams meet for the first time. The A's 37-23 have a 5.5 game lead in the American League West over the Angels. The Orioles come in 5.5 games out. They lost a game with that loss yesterday. Toronto and Oakland tied in the American League for the most wins at 37. And Chen's delivery, and we are underway. Gentry will be leading it off. Yet another one of the players who's making a big difference for this ball club, being picked up really to do fill-in and platoon work, and it has been far better than that for Oakland. They will see a lot of pitches. If you do not throw strikes, they will not swing the bat.
Oh my gosh, I mean, they're leading the world in walks and on-base percentage this season. Here's a look at Wei-Yin Chen's numbers. Last 5 starts, 3-0 with a 4.30. But patient at bats. If it gets in the zone, though, they are not scared to take a hack. They have built a team here of, players that are from 26 to say 31 years old. A lot of players considered to be in their prime, but a lot of guys that other teams discarded. And the Oakland A's bring them over, and they're really maximizing their abilities.
Pitch will be on the inside corner for a strike. Larry Vanover, the veteran umpire, has a word with Gentry. Just wanted to know where it was, getting a read on the strike zone, and the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes on Gentry. Outfield, infield, almost straight away. That'll be fouled off. This Oakland team lives and dies by its pitching. They have an unbelievable pitching staff from top to bottom, perhaps the finest rotation in the American League. And if they can get a few runs up on the board, they generally will put a ball game away. They have the best record in the majors when they score first. They are 22-4. And a check swing. And there's one of the most unusual check swings you'll see.
Right?
He just put the bat out hoping it would hit it and go foul.
Anything he can do to stay alive in this at bat. A good fastball. Wei-Yin Chen trying to establish it in. And Gentry just trying to get a little piece, and he does.
Already the 7th pitch of this at bat to Gentry, getting the start in center field, and Gentry to short. Hardy ranging up with it, guns the throw, and gets him. J.J. Hardy opens up with a good defensive play for the O's.
Yeah, nice job by J.J. Hardy, showing the good range up the middle. A couple defensive miscues in his last start, but boy, that is a Gold Glove caliber play there. The fine range, gathers himself, off balance throw right on the money to Chris Davis.
Not many holes in this team the Orioles face here in 3 games. The A's have the most runs per game. They have the best ERA. They have the best starting ERA. They have the best relief ERA. It's an unbelievable collection of numbers for this Oakland team. Pitch will be taken for a strike by Lowry, playing at shortstop. He is a switch hitter in this lineup. So there'll be a number of left-handers coming up against Chen, and Mike mentioned those numbers. That 383 mark by left-handers off him exceedingly high. So Melvin, knowing that, he's got the lefties he can put in, and he's got a platoon system going. As Buck Showalter says, this team platoons more than any other in the majors. Foul back into the screen.
Really a big key to their success. The parts that they've put together, you know, they study the reports, put the numbers up, and they maximize their players, you know, put them in the best position possible to have success with the matchups.
Lowry, the delivery to him. Lowry will take it. If you're wondering, Wei-Yin Chen, the number against left-handers on him last year, left-handers hit .223. This year, .383. And I can't possibly tell you why.
It's hard to figure that out. It really is.
Just an enormous jump from last year. Lowry waiting on a 2-2 delivery, and he'll go the other way and foul.
Now, Wei-Yin has had some inconsistencies with his fastball, although he's throwing it pretty good right now, working in and out to the two righties he's faced, and that might be a big part of it. When he's on, he's able to locate the fastball. He's one of the better lefties in the game. Really helps his secondary pitches. Some mistakes early on.
2-2 delivery, and he got him. Pitch up in the strike zone. Lowry can't handle it, and they're 2 down.
Well, working the fastball away consistently. This one rides to the top of the zone, and Lowry can't catch up to it. That's a 94-mile-an-hour fastball from Chen, one of his better ones on the year.
First innings are the ones he really looks to get through in a hurry if he can. First inning, 11 starts this year, 4.09 ERA with 5 earned runs against him in the first inning. Here is Donaldson, the much talked about. What a start he has had. Certainly going to be on the All-Star team. Should get the most votes at third base. Pitch to him, put him in the air to right field. Nick Markakis will go back, looking back at the wall, and goodbye home run. He continues the onslaught. Mercy. Donaldson gets the homer going the other way. That is his 17th home run and his 50th RBI.
Well, he's on his game red hot right now. You mentioned it, 17th home run, and Wei-Yin Chen makes a mistake up and out over. You see the elevation on the fastball, and Donaldson, seeing the ball so well, stays behind this high fastball and gets the good extension on the end, and he knows he got it clean. Flying out over Markakis' head, the 373 mark.
So Donaldson is now tied for third in home runs and tied for third in RBIs in the American League. Here is Cespedes. Takes the pitch inside for a ball. Home runs have been a problem for Wei-Yin Chen. He allowed just 1 in April, 6 in May. And now the home run here in the first inning by Donaldson. Foul back over the screen.
And take a look at the Orioles defense behind Chen tonight. Steve Pearce getting a start in left field. Jones and Markakis will join him. Hardy and Scope once again up the middle with Machado and Davis on the corners, and Nick Hundley getting the start behind the plate after 3 consecutive by Caleb Joseph.
1-1 delivery on the way, and Cespedes will swing through that one. For Donaldson, his 7th home run against the left-hander, and this A's team has put up big numbers against left-handers as far as wins are concerned. They're 12-6. And he got him going after a high strike. So a couple of strikeouts, but the home run by Donaldson gives the A's the early lead. welcome all of you who are at the Shore and Beach, Maryland location, are part of Birdland. We're sailing, fishing, Anne Arundel County and the beautiful South River. What a great place to be on this day. Take a look at the starting lineup for the Orioles, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Their fares online only at southwest.com. Marquez, Machado, and Cruz, Jones, Davis, and Hardy, Pierce, Scope, and Hundley. Last three for Adam, continuing his hot streak.
And let's take a look at the pitch arsenal for Tommy Milone this season. Using that fastball at 62%. Come up with a little two-seamer this season, and he can cut his four-seamer. Breaking ball, not too often, 14%, but a good changeup. You'll see him use it. Nothing overpowering from Tommy Milone at all. 10 starts, 3-3 record, 3.60 earned run average, 39 strikeouts, just 19 base on balls. That's his game. He's all around the plate. Tries to induce a soft contact. Opponent's hitting just 240. Lefty's a little better at 289. Righty's down to 229.
And Nick Marquez will go against him. First ball hitting is foul. Nick comes in with the 10-game hit streak and a very good road trip for the Orioles. Moving himself up among the leaders. He is now third in hits in the American League, with that 306 batting average. Malone's delivery to him, and that's going to miss inside. And the long ball.
Oh, yeah, Nick Marquez. He was looking up in the zone a couple times in Texas, and he got 2 home runs. Just driving it out over the head of the right fielder. Good to see his power stroke coming back.
And that'll go towards left center. Diving, and a great catch made by Gentry. He just robbed Marquez of an extra base hit on a diving catch. Just had enough to get there.
Well, take a look at the jump. Marquez smokes this ball to right center, and it's tailing away from Gentry. Good closing speed and a nice effort on the dive on the end. Kicks his knee off the turf, but able to maintain that concentration. Malone liking the defense behind him.
That's what we were talking about, players getting it done in so-called fill-in roads. Coco Crisp is this regular center fielder, but he's had some problems with a stiff neck out of the lineup. Here's Manny Machado. Machado will take it the other way off Malone, and that will be foul.
Well, one thing that Malone is not going to do against this Orioles offense is overpower them. 85 to 88 mile an hour fastball. Got a slow curve ball and the change 79 to 82. Just kind of nibbles edges.
That'll be fouled away in the 87th. For Manny, you see the numbers and how they have picked up.
Yeah, nice steady climb. First 13 games back from that recovering from the knee. 176 batting average. Next 13, 241. And last 5, he's caught fire. 381 batting average. Picked up a grand slam home run on the road trip.
And that breaking ball will be taken inside. So Manny Machado looking to continue the numbers he's got going. He's one of the many Orioles struggling against left-handers, hitting 189 off lefties right now. And a swing and a miss, and there's a tailing pitch away, and Machado a strikeout victim.
Well, that's the change. When he gets ahead, that's his go-to pitch, especially against the righties. And you'll just see it die. Good location, starting off knee level, and just the late fade at the end to get Machado out in front.
Talking with the staff of Oakland about Malone, what's the difference in the first starts where he was terrible, had an 0-3 record and an ERA, and then you look at what he's done after that, and they said it was all about mechanics and it was control of the two-seamer. Once he was able to correct his control of his two-seam fastball, he's been on. There's nothing straight from Malone. Everything moves that he throws.
Right. Not a lot. I mean, it's not major sinking fastball or major cut, but just enough to make a difference because he has such good command of that pitch. He can put it on the corners of the plate, and that little extra movement will keep it off the barrel of the bat.
Cruz at the plate. Again, he is the designated hitter for the Orioles in this ball game, hitting .390 off left-handers for Nelson Cruz. Here's the 2-0 delivery on the way. Orioles are .500 against left-handers on the season. They have won 7 and lost 7, in the middle of the pack in the American League regarding that record against lefties. They've upped the average to 262 off lefties, 270 off righties. He was taking all the way for a strike.
Well, they're going to be tested on staying back tonight. This offense, we've talked about the numbers here recently, 50 hits over their last 4 games. Aggressive looking team, but they've got to stay on the backside and limit that head movement and pick up the ball, try to elevate Malone. I mean, historically, he's all about limiting his walk, so he's going to be aggressive around the plate. Just got to take advantage of the mistakes that he makes on the plate.
Delivery on the way, and Cruz will foul that one back.
And take a look at that Athletics defense behind Malone tonight. You saw Gentry in center field with that fine play off Markakis. Cespedes over in left. Moss in right field. Lowry at shortstop, and Punto, the veteran middle infield. Donaldson and Blanks on the corners, with Norris doing the catching.
3-ball, 2-strike delivery on the way to Cruz. 7th pitch of the at-bat will be popped up to center. Virtually no wind at the ballpark right now. And hauling it in is Gentry. So a fine play, robbing Markakis by Gentry, allows Malone to have the 1-2-3 inning. Look forward to Miller Time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. Well, for the Orioles, some bad news today announced just prior to the ball game. Dan Duquette, Vice President of Operations for the Orioles, baseball operations, has confirmed that Santana is done and the comeback effort is over. He has a tear. MRI found it, tore the Achilles while chasing a ball that was hit during spring training. So with that, he will not pitch for the Orioles this year, and the kind of injury that could end the career for the veteran.
Oh, he's been through so much and really worked so hard to make the comeback. There was so much optimism in the Orioles organization about his opportunity to help this big club out. But boy, that's a tough way to end that comeback.
Leading it off here, Norris, who is doing the catching. Right now, Bob Melvin working with a platoon. He's got Jaso and Norris. And when the team was recently in New York, he said, I'm happy with it. He said, if somebody wants to take it and run with it, do it. But for right now, I'll stay with the platoon. And it's delivering for them. Norris will take that one for a strike. And the count goes to 0-2. Norris hitting .328 off left-handers. Jaso hitting .306 off righties. So why not? Right. And a fastball away.
Well, this is what the Oakland A's are so good at. Finding these matchups. Getting the most out of these players. And when you have a team that buys into that, I mean, you're going to find some teams, hey, they don't want to platoon at all. They want to be out on the field. But this team's had so much success here recently. Arguably the best team in baseball, even though they haven't had a lot of playoff success recently the last couple of years. And Manager Bob Melvin knows how to get the most out of these guys, and everybody's bought into this system.
Derek Norris with the 2-ball, 2-strike count. He's been in a slump of late. Pitch will be inside, hitting only 145 over the last 19 games for Derek Norris. Wei-Yin Chen, 3-ball, 2-strike count. Norris, Moss, and Cayespo due up in the second inning. That ball stroked in the air to left field. It's hit pretty good, way back, and goodbye home run. Norris leads off the inning with the A's second homer of the game. 2 solo shots off Chen and a 2-0 lead, his 6th of the year.
Well, Norris getting out of his little bit of a funk with that solo shot. Works the count to 3-2, and take a look at the fastball. Pretty much center cut. When you throw fastballs down the heart of the plate, you're going to help a hitter out. He does not miss it here. Good bat path. Very direct, right to the baseball. Short swing, and able to carry out over left center field fence.
Well, a 2-0 lead on homers, and the pitch to Moss is up as Norris delivers the long ball, and Brandon Morris at the plate. He'll take the fastball inside.
Well, Moss having a very strong offensive year as well. When we talk about the numbers with Donaldson there in the 3-hole, well, Moss 284 and 15 home runs. He's got 49 RBIs.
Shattered bat, slow roller. This is going to be a base hit. The bat interfered with the ability of Hardy to field the ball. Otherwise, he gets the out, but the barrel was headed right at him. He had a delay, and it's a base hit.
Yeah, they're in the big shift, so Jonathan Scope way out in shallow right field. J.J. Hardy knows he's got to make a play, but there's a bat with a spear on the end of it flying his way, so he's got to hold up. And you see the exploding bat trick, and he gets some serious distance with the head of that bat. And flying out there. Good pitch from Wei-Yin Chen. Just didn't get the result that he wanted.
So now a runner on, nobody out, and Cayespo coming up. Cayespo is the designated hitter in the ball game today. Another position where they move a lot of players through it. He gets it because he's 2 for 2 off Chen. And that's going to be the second. There's one. Relay to get the double play. Moss slipping and sliding, trying to get back. Jonathan Scope nails him, and a big double play.
Well, we've talked about Jonathan Scope's hands so much this year. Really proficient at turning the double play. Well, he does it here. Line drive right at him. Ball hits his glove, and it's gone over to Chris Davis. Big double play to help Wei-Yin Chen.
Orioles defense, #1 in the American League, and he just couldn't get back. So now 2 down, bases are empty. Blank's up. He'll go after it, and he will foul it back. Kyle Blanks, he began the season AAA in El Paso, was called up by San Diego and made 2 starts at first base with the Padres. Got optioned out, and another player is joining this club to fill in where they've had a couple of injuries and needed some help, and that being at first base.
Well, it seems like the Oakland A's, they scour these organizations for players that seem like their own organization has given up on them. Well, Blanks kind of broke into the big leagues a few years ago with the Padres, and there was real high hopes for him as one of the top prospects, power hitting guy. Well, the numbers never translated at the major league level, so they'd send him down to AAA. Every time they called him back up, nothing happened. Well, the Oakland A's said, well, this guy looks like he could be available, so they bring him over here. What's he do? Hit 2 home runs right out of the gate as an Oakland A. So, you know, once again, the moves that they make seem to be working.
And they got him for a minor league outfielder. Man, he's got a 6-game hit streak. 2-2 delivery to him. That'll go down to third. Manny Machado on the hop. Sets his feet and will get the out. So the team with the second most home runs in the American League so far has had 2. Norris got one in this inning. 2-0. Baltimore. You've won $500 for being selected. You get $500 more for every Orioles home run hit during our game. Play the Orioles scratch off from the Maryland Lottery. Your chance to be a contestant of the game. Win a trip to see the O's play at Wrigley of the MLB World Series. Learn more. mdlottery.com/Orioles.
See Wei and Chen talking to Nick Hundley. It seems like they like the fastball. Just wanted it up possibly on Norris. His fastball is holding good velocity right now. We haven't seen him up to 94 consistently, and that's what he's got at the start of this game.
Tommy Milone with that 1-3 mark on the road, a 5.6 ERA in road games. Retired the side in order in the first inning. Jones, Davis, and Hardy. Adam Jones with the red-hot bat for the Orioles. Part of that big 280 team batting average in the 10 games on the road, where they would like to keep that pace up here at home. Malone's delivery to Jones, and he'll back him off a little bit.
Look at the numbers here for Adam Jones versus left-handed pitching. Tops in the league, 456. Righties 251. 12 extra base hits in 62 plate appearances. Pretty impressive numbers against the lefties. He only has the 10 extra base hits against the righties, and that's in 193 plate appearances.
I wondered who has the highest batting average against left-handers in Orioles history for a season.
I don't know.
Really?
I really don't know. I know Adam Jones is going to be number one if he keeps up this pace.
Let me check my handy-dandy notebook here. My handy-dandy notebook says, in the history of the Orioles since 1954, the highest batting average this season against the left-handers, Mike Bordick fouled off. 1999 with the Orioles, 402.
Believe it.
Believe it, Bubba.
Wow. How many at bats?
No, you had 107 at bats.
Oh, okay, that's good. You know
43 hits.
I knew I had a good year there in '99. Well, you're not going to believe this.
All right.
In 1988,
yeah,
I had the lowest batting average against left-handers.
Really?
That is the truth.
Now, why did it change? That's going to go to short, and it will be hauled in by Lowry. Any idea?
Honestly, I don't know. I was such a inconsistent offensive performer. Just saw the ball well that year, I guess.
So Adam's got a chance to overtake you this year with the average against left-handers. Nelson Cruz is right there. He's third on the list this season, hitting .390, and then Jeff Conine, Don Baylor, Kenny Singleton, Eddie Murray twice, 2 different years, Albert Bell, the top 10.
Wow.
How about that?
All right.
That'll be down to first base and foul. Chris Davis. Chris has got a 4-game hit streak coming into this 3-game set against Oakland. 313 during the streak, as you see. He's hitting .264 off left-handers. Milone got it up to him. He went up and fouls it off.
Well, so many offensive players for the Orioles really started picking up the pace on that road trip, and Chris Davis started to catch fire there in Texas. Picked up a couple base hits in his last game, had a home run. And really, this Orioles offense has been doing a lot without the numbers he put up last year. But it's nice to see him starting to get back on track.
Shift on against him. Oakland will play it a little shallower than a lot of teams do, with Nick Punto, their second baseman, in the outfield, but not nearly as deep as some teams go. It'll be hit to first base, backhanded by Blanks. He'll go to the bag himself and record the out, and there are 2 down. Celebrate summer here at the park. The new Birdland Summer 6-pack. Ticket to 6 games of your choice throughout the remainder of the year. 20% off the cost of single-game tickets. Lock in your seats, best games, best promotions, best opponents, and do it now at Orioles.com/6-pack or 888-848-BIRD. Good crowd on hand here for the opener, and it's going to be a great 10-game stretch here at home. Big 4 games. Toronto. Pitch will be taken for a strike. Tomorrow, Kevin Gausman will be reinstated to the roster, and Sonny Gray, who is 6-1, will oppose Kevin Gausman in the start. And then on Sunday, Ubaldo Jimenez and Scott Kazmir will go against one another. And Buck Showalter made it clear today, talking about Kevin Gausman coming up, if he pitches well, he can stay. It's up to him. 1-1 delivery. His outings have not been as effective as needed to take over a spot on the roster.
Yeah, I mean, at times he shows flashes of his brilliance. I mean, a great fastball, real good split finger and curve. But
down to third, Donaldson, a great corral off the bag and didn't get him. And Blanks is not going to argue it. That'll be an infield hit for J.J. Hardy. Fine play by Donaldson, but he pulled Blanks off first.
One of the reasons Donaldson considered one of the best players in the game is because of his great defense, and he flags this one down, robbing J.J. Hardy of extra base hits, but the throw pulls Blanks off the mark there. Good try tagging him, but Hardy sniffing out that base hit, able to beat the tag.
So J.J. Hardy pick up the first hit for the Orioles. It comes with 2 down here in the second inning. And that will bring up Steve Pearce. Pearce getting back into the lineup against the left-hander and against a pitcher in Malone, whom he's had 2 hits against in 3 at-bats. And Pearce will take that floating curveball at 74 for a strike.
Well, that's it. Just the ability to stay back on these slow pitches. And Steve Pearce, it seems like every chance he gets, see his numbers in the last 18 games, every chance he gets to play, he does something special, whether it's defense or offense. 4 home runs.
And he rips that one to center field, and he's got a base hit. He was on it. Hardy will stop at second base, and the Orioles mounting a 2-out rally with 2 on.
Well, that's the approach this Orioles offense needs to take. Don't go up there thinking about doing too much. Stay to the middle of the field, and Steve Pearce sticks with the plan. Look at him pull the hands inside. That's a base hit in any ballpark. Beautiful piece of hitting. Right back through the box for Steve Pearce.
So the Orioles get their first scoring chance of the ball game, and Jonathan Scope will get it. Far better than that 228 average is his 289 average with runners in scoring position. Orioles continue to be the #1 team in that department, hitting 291. 2 down. There's another off-speed pitch, and that one's going to miss.
See Tommy Malone, his career versus the O's, just a 1 earned run allowed in 2 career starts. 1 for 12 with runners in scoring position. So a test here. The best offense with runners in scoring position. The Baltimore Orioles at a 291 clip going against Malone, who has really stymied them in their run production.
1-0 delivery on the way, and a breaking ball. Good stop made by Norris will hold the runners. The Orioles as a ball club, since coming to Baltimore in '54, have never been #1 in average with runners in scoring position when the season is done. So they've got a shot at getting that done this season. They finished second in 2009, 2008, 1993, and 1985, but never #1. 2-0 the count. Hardy, the lead runner at second base. That's going to be in for a base hit. Gentry will have to play it. Scoring will be Hardy. Over to third base goes Pearce. Jonathan Scope the RBI, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, that is a huge 2-out knock for Jonathan Scope, expanding the zone a little bit. And goes out and gets the fading pitch down and away, coming up big again with runners in scoring position. This pitch tailing off the plate, and he's got such long arms, he just reaches out there and gets enough of it to get the Orioles on the board.
So the Orioles with runners at first and third now after that base hit by Jonathan Scope, who continues to do his best work at the plate when he's got a chance to pick up the RBI. Hundley in his 6th start behind the plate since joining the Orioles. First and third, chance to tie it up or better right here. Batting in the #9 spot, the Oriole catcher. Malone's pitch, and that will be taken for a strike on the inside corner.
Hundley didn't like that one, questioning home plate umpire Larry Vanover's call there.
Malone 29 and 22 career numbers for him. Long look in the 0-1 delivery, and that way inside. Good stop made right there by Norris. Malone does not have a wild pitch this season. Pierce getting as big a lead at third as he can. Has to be careful with Donaldson not too far away at third base.
Well, Malone, even though the velocity isn't there, he is a pitcher that the Oakland A's try to target. A guy that throws strikes, put the ball in play, let the defense work behind you, do not walk hitters.
And that one's on the inside corner. As we showed you, he's walked 19 in 60 innings that he has worked this year. Fewer hits than innings pitched at 56. He's got the numbers that generally give him a chance to win a ball game. Kurt Young, the pitching coach for Bob Melvin's ball club. It's J.J. Hardy who got the single to ignite this rally and has scored. 1-2 delivery, and that'll be outside.
Well, you talk about the slow start Malone had and the adjustments they made with commanding that two-seamer. In those first 5 starts, he had 12 base on balls. Well, his last 5 starts, just 7 with 23 strikeouts. So the adjustments made, and he's sticking to it. Good consistency here.
Runners off first and third. 2-ball, 2-strike delivery on the way, and a check swing. They check it first, and he's called out. Angel Hernandez down at first base makes the call. The home plate umpire was not going to call it a strike. Well, in all honesty, I'm up here. I didn't think it went that far, but looking at it on a replay, it did. The Orioles will get a run. It's a 2-1 ball game. Baseball on Masson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find Southwest Airlines fares online only at southwest.com. By AT&T, mobilizing your world. And by Luna. The beautiful new carpet, hardwood, and laminate. Call 877-241-LUNA. It just could not be a nicer evening for baseball or anything else. Those of you who have the TV on out there in the patio, out back on the deck, have the grill going. Jealous. Enjoy. Great start to summer, it looks like, for this weekend. Hardy with a base hit, run scored in the second inning. The Orioles get a run on 3 hits to make it a 2-1 game. Another veteran, Nick Punto, playing at second base. Will lead it off from the 9 spot. Switch hitter. He'll take the pitch away for a ball. Punto hitting .255 off lefties, .233 off right-handers. Punto is a legitimate member of that illustrious Dirt Dog family when it comes to baseball players.
Yes.
He's earned the right to be there, and he's a guy you want as a teammate.
Yeah, he is an old school type player. Doesn't mind getting dirty, and that's a big reason why the Oakland A's brought him over here. A lot of young players that he can have a positive influence on.
Pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Sogart and he have been doing the work at second base. Yet another one of those platoon situations. Orioles playing pretty much straight up. Jones in a step in center, couple of steps. Punto will take it. That is in the dirt. And the count will go to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And there's a look at that straight up defense. You don't see it too often, but they respect the veteran hitter, his ability to use the bat and use the whole field.
Here's the 2-2 delivery on the way, and that will be up high. So they are working the count. I think that's the third 3-2 count we've had in the ball game. Punto's been in 25 games, playing at second base and at shortstop as a starter in both places. 3-2 delivery, and Punto will go down swinging. 3 strikeouts picked up by Chen.
Well, he's used that high fastball very effectively here in the early part of this ball game. Picked up a couple strikeouts with it. And once again going to the top of the zone, and Punto chasing just out of the zone. Can't catch up to the 92-mile-an-hour heater.
For Wei-Yin Chen here at Camden Yards, 2-1 in 5 starts, a very good 3.86 ERA. In his career with the Orioles, he's gone 12-9 here in this ballpark, and a good ERA, 3.91. Back to the top of the order, Gentry, who grounded out his first time up. So far, he's had the defensive play of the game, robbing Markakis of an extra base hit in the first inning. 1-0 delivery to him. Gentry in the off speed couldn't wait long enough, fouls it off. Gentry too has had a bit of a struggle at the plate lately, hitting .212 since the beginning of May. He had a .317 month of April. He started on the DL. He had a lower back strain that kept him out till April 12. 1-1 delivery, and that'll be lifted the other way and fouled.
Well, Gentry came up with the Rangers. Actually had some pretty good years with the Rangers, but brought over to the A's by way of trade.
He had career highs last year offensively. That's going to be up the middle for a base hit. Wei-Yin Chen did not get that where he wanted. So Gentry jumps on it. He's got a 1-out single here in the third inning. All week long, Masson is giving you the chance to meet Adam Jones. Go behind the scenes during filming for one of his live chats on MassonSports.com. So be sure to follow Masson on Twitter. Use your hashtag MassonOrioles in your tweets to be automatically entered to win. That'll bring Lowry up. Strikeout victim his first time up. The switch hitting shortstop. The Orioles will give him the right field line and pretty much the alley in right center. Jones moved over towards left. Infield shifted over, not completely, and the pitch will be away for a ball.
Well, we've seen Gentry's speed out there in center field as he tracked down Markakis's line drive, and he's had success at stealing bases. And we'll see if they try to do something off the lefty Wei-Yin Chen.
Chen holding that runner. They don't try and run against him generally with that left-handed look over there. Good stop. Hundley's got it. While he's pitching, base stealers 1 out of 2. So really haven't taken off against him. Hundley checking the dugout for the signs here on what they want to do. Throw over, hold it, step off, whatever, with that runner on.
Sometimes all you got to do is let them know you're thinking about it, and that'll shut down that game, the running game.
Chen with a 2-0 delivery. That one to center field. Jones. Adam will put that away. Runner back, 2 down, 1 on. Orioles had a good series against the A's last year to look like this.
They really did. I mean, 5 wins to the A's, 2 losses. Their offense really carried them. That 2.94 batting average, averaging 6.9 runs per game, 11 home runs, and look at the earned run average by the starters and the bullpen, 3.29. So a lot of things working. You know, and the A's had really a strong season last year, but unable to have success against the O's.
Our Jeep inside the numbers. 2-down runner at first. Here is Donaldson, who delivered a home run, his 17th, his first time up. Donaldson now has hit 2 home runs lifetime against the Orioles, and both have been hit in this ballpark here at Camden Yards. He's 3 for 12 here at Camden Yards with 2 homers. 1-0 count. Gentry, the runner at first base, with a single. Donaldson on the off-speed pitch. You could see his body coiling, and the ball still wasn't even close to the plate.
Yeah, every now and then Wayne Chen will throw the slow curveball in there, and that one got Donaldson way out in front. You see the numbers this season: 328 off lefties. Here's a look at the pitch track. One pitch down in the zone, next one way up. There was a mistake made in his first at bat. He left a fastball up and out over, and Donaldson.
Runner goes, throw down to Hundley, and now ball will get away. No call was made initially, so it will be a stolen base for Gentry, with Jonathan Scope having to cover from the other side of the bag.
Gentry, a good jump. 24 stolen bases last season with Texas, and he picks the right time. Hundley, tough pitch to handle, down and in. Gets the ball out of his glove plenty quick enough, but Gentry with the good jump in there before the ball.
Perfect 11 for 11, stealing bases. In scoring position, Donaldson on the big cut as he had the green light, and the count will go to 3-1.
A real good change up there. Great location down and away on Donaldson.
Donaldson hitting .313 with runners in scoring position. As a team, the A's are 10th in that department. Scope holding the runner at second base. 3-1 delivery by Chen, and that will be fouled back. So Wei-Yin Chen comes back on Donaldson and gets the count full at 3-2. The 5th 3-2 count.
It'll be interesting here. The open base and a 3-2 count. There's Donaldson, a very dangerous hitter. Cespedes waiting in the on-deck circle. We'll see what Hundley and Chen put together to try to get Donaldson.
Chen's going to step off. So Hundley will go through the signs again. Three-two delivery on the way. Donaldson out in front of it, drives it to center field, back near the 400-foot mark. It will be hauled in one step shy of the wall. His bid for his second home run of the game for naught. history brought to you by Volkswagen. September 21, 2012. Jim Johnson would strike out Mauro Gomez, his 46th save. It broke the Orioles single-season record that had been set by Randy Myers in '97. Jim finished 2012 51 saves. 2013 became the first AL to go back-to-back seasons with 50 or more. As fans know, this has not been the year for Jim Johnson. He is 2-3 in saves, ERA of about 6.3, record of 3 wins, 2 losses. Incredible dichotomy on the road, outstanding at home. Can't get a thing done.
All right. Yeah, well, Jim Johnson did a lot of special things for the Orioles, not only on the field, of course those back-to-back years with the 50 saves, but he was big in the community as well. A good teammate here. His name comes up quite often, and you hope for him to have more success.
Reggie Ball Malone didn't. Nick Markakis, there is no question the A's are trying to deal him. They do not want to keep him on the roster. He's not going to go back to the closer's role. They're trying to find somebody that will take Jim Johnson, and they apparently are willing to pay most of the $10 million that's owed. The pitch will be in there for a strike, so that's got to be tough for Jim, knowing that's the situation. Markakis got robbed by Gentry. Center fielder made a great diving catch in the left center field gap in the first inning. 1-1 delivery by Malone to him, and he put that one by him at 86.
Pretty straight fastball right there. Markakis, boy, he was all over it, just missed it. Maybe getting a little too big after back-to-back days with home runs. Want to make it 3 there.
1 ball, 2 strike delivery. Silo shot, infield, right at the mound. Third baseman. Over to get it, Donaldson, and Markakis is retired. Tomorrow night, the first 25,000 fans 15 and over at the A's game at 7:15 are going to receive the Manny Machado Platinum Glove bobblehead doll. Celebrate Manny's great year of defense last year and add to your collection. Tickets are going fast. You can get them at Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD, and that is tomorrow night. And it's supposed to be another beautiful day and evening. The biggest bobblehead of all, and you're not going to get to take that one home. If you do, you'll be wearing pinstripes. Manny Machado, strikeout victim, his first time up. The off-speed delivery. That is going to miss for a ball. Orioles batting in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Home runs by Donaldson and Norris for the A's. RBI base hit by Jonathan Scope. That's a base hit for Machado. So Manny's on with the 1-out single in the 3rd. 6-game hit streak now for the Oriole third baseman.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting there from Manny. He's been making but much better consistent contact, squaring a lot of balls up here recently. And he just drove that ball through the 5-6 hole.
And that will bring up Cruz. Nelson against Malone, a 3 for 14. One of those 3 hits, home run. 21 homers, 55 RBIs, leading the majors, home runs, and runs batted in. And will take the pitch outside for a ball. Just having an MVP type season. You've got a couple of players in this game who's certainly going to be MVP candidates. Donaldson, third baseman for the A's. Nelson Cruz, just early candidates. Doesn't mean they'll stay in that position, but certainly for the first third of the year they are. Foul back. Tanaka, of course, with the Yankees with a 9-1 record, certainly would be in consideration, I would think, for that. There they are. One with the big play at third base, fine defense, and all the numbers right behind Nelson Cruz in most of the offensive categories.
Well, you talked about Donaldson yesterday, the highest WAR in the game right now, and you know, the combination of great defense, so showing the big range and the offensive production all working together. He's been a big reason why the A's have had so much success.
Interesting how close they are. 21 home runs for Cruz, 17 for Donaldson, 55 RBIs for Cruz, 50 for Donaldson. They are 1-3 in total bases in the league with Encarnacion in the middle. There's another MVP early candidate. Encarnacion for Toronto. Pitches take it inside, and Cruz works it to 2-1. Nelson leads the league in slugging. On base percentage, he is ranked 7th. His road batting average second best to Victor Martinez. Manny Machado, not a big lead over there at first base. And the 2-1 delivery. Trying to get underneath the hands, but missed again. 3-1.
A good take right there by Nelson Cruz. One of the things he's done so well here the first couple months of the season is keep that head still. So he's able to recognize pitches and track them a lot longer. You see the pitch track, no mistakes over the plate. Just the second one up and out over, but even that was on the outside corner.
3-1. One down. And a chopper that came off the plate. Malone's got to go to first to get an out, and he does. Over to blanks. That will move Machado down to second base, and there are 2 away. Now it's time for all fans to tweet your photo using hashtag #MassenFanPhotos for a chance to have it shown in a future broadcast. It's brought to you by AT&T. Cool dude in a sunglass mood. The Bird revving it up for the O's. Now the Orioles can get it tied up with a base hit right here. Jones lined out, hit the ball hard to Lowry, the shortstop, his first time up. Adam now at 298 on the year. Nick Punto moves over to hold Manny Machado. Manny started walking off a big lead. Punto saw it, came closer to the bag. Malone, the delivery to Jones, and that's in there for a strike. Talk about hot last month.
Yeah, since May 7th, Adam Jones, 42 base hits, just behind Jose Altuve from Houston. And Carpenter on that list, but Nick Markakis as well. Big part of this Orioles recent surge. A lot of big offensive numbers all the way through, but Markakis and Jones, 2 of the best.
And that is in there for a strike. 0-2 from Malone. Adams 6th in hits in the American League starting today's play. He's done a good job with runners in scoring position at .321 on the year, and he's got Manny Machado out there at second base.
And one thing Adam Jones has been doing here more consistently is using the whole field, so setting his sights hard to the middle.
At a reach.
And a good changeup right there from Malone. But when Adam Jones is right, you'll see him use right field a little bit more frequently. Well, there in Texas, 2 opposite field home runs. So not only is he using right field, he's driving the ball to right field. He is such a dangerous hitter with that combination of the great speed and power. And he does have the ability to expand the zone and hit, at times, some good pitchers' pitches.
Hitting coach Jim Presley, you saw, looking on. 0-2 count. Runner off second base. Jones will go towards third base. Donaldson, he's going to tag him. And gets the out, and Manny Machado didn't like it. And they're having words. Machado slammed the helmet down. He thought that Donaldson hit him a little too hard. Bobby Dickerson moves in to get Machado out of there. Bullpens will get their only exercise of the game as they come in. You don't usually see that play in the infield, Mike, where the infielder tags the runner rather than throwing to first.
Right. And Donaldson, he said, well, man, he's right here, so I might as well tag him. He kind of tagged him, gave him a little punch there in the stomach. And Manny ended up getting off balance, and I think obviously took offense to that one. Making sure of the tag.
First time these teams have met, always good to keep things interesting right from the get-go. 2-1, Hayes. Bank for the achiever in you.
Well, Dariel Alvarez making the minor league report again. You see the numbers on the season: 322, the 10 home runs, 47 RBIs in 57 games. Well, yesterday, keeping it up, 2 for 5 with a double RBI and a run. Came into this season, working hard with Butch Davis on letting the ball travel and trusting his hands. Well, all that hard work with the Bay Sox hitting coach is paying off. Real good numbers for Alvarez.
We've completed 3 innings here. There's Donaldson on the left and Manny Machado on the right. 2 premier third basemen. And a little tete-a-tete on the tag put on by Donaldson. A's will bat as we go to the 4th inning. They lead it. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Oakland. The Orioles won 4-0. Orioles have left 3 and the A's 1. Donaldson a home run in the 1st inning. Norris a home run in the 2nd. And the pitch will be taken for a strike. Cespedes, a strikeout victim, his first time up. Chen hasn't walked anybody, and he has struck out 3. Cespedes will pop that one back. Hundley coming over, but there'll be no play. The A's really pounding out the home runs. They have had at least 1 home run now in each of their last 14 games. That is the longest active streak in the majors. The Orioles are 2nd with home runs in each of their last 5. And Donaldson and Norris, the home runs for them in this one. 0-2 count. Delivery on the way, came into him again, over by the dugout. Davis reaching, nice play. Got over there so he knew where the railing was and made the catch.
Yeah, that's the key. You mentioned it. You got to get there. You got to find your spot, and then you'll be able to reach and make the play. Makes it look so easy, but finding the rail and able to set himself up and use that nice extension and make it good play by Chris Davis.
Gets that leadoff batter here in the 4th inning. Chen has had problems getting leadoff batters coming into the game, only 61%, but he's gotten 3 out of 4. As Norris is home reading off the 2nd, and they get the leadoff man on. Here is Norris. He had an 0 for 4 against Chen prior to the homer. And the pitch is on the outside corner for a strike.
Chen's pitch count up to 57. Really establishing that fastball early, 68% of the time, but he's gone to the breaking ball here more frequently.
That one's going to be in there for a strike. Checking Wayne Chen's numbers, if you look at his career numbers compared to what he's done so far this year, the batting average when balls are put in play is the highest it's ever been against him, 337. Opponent's OPS and batting average are the highest ever against him also. Machado. Oh, what an arm! Reload that cannon.
Yeah, beautiful play right there by Manny Machado. Catches the ball a little bit deep and has to kind of do a pirouette on his backside, but somehow able to get to his feet. Get the great extension to the feet, and it is a cannon coming out of his hand. And beautiful athletic play. Last year's Platinum Glover, best defender in the game in the American League, and Wei Chen loving the defense behind him.
Don't think the fact that Donaldson is in the ballpark playing third base, leading an all-star voting for third, doesn't play a role. You got to be competitive to play any sports, but to reach this level, you really have got to be competitive. And these two are as good at third base as anybody in the game. They both know it. And when they're both in the house watching each other, one doesn't mind showing the other.
Exactly.
Watch this. Pitch will be taken inside. Here's Moss. Base hit his first time up.
The beauty of the competition.
Yeah,
you know,
great. It's not that you don't try all the time, but you're human. You get a little added push.
Sure.
2-0 delivery, and that will miss outside. Moss had a base hit his first time up. He's got a 5-game hit streak going.
And I wouldn't believe that Bobby Dickerson, the infield coach, had anything to do with maybe stirring this up a little bit, getting Manny Machado fired up. This is a huge series for the Orioles, playing against the best record in the American League, the Oakland A's.
It is only a third of the way through the season, but make no mistake about it, this 10-game set's important. It's important even if you play 500. That ball is going to be put up in the air. Bermuda triangle shot going back and hauling it in. Hardy was in that shift, so he was able to get it. Moss retired a 1-2-3 inning with the help of the fine play at third. Our Honda do-up. Chris Davis, J.J. Hardy, Steve Pearce. Orioles baseball on Masson is brought to you by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you, by University of Maryland University College, and by Navy Federal Credit Union. 4 million members, 4 million stories. Navy Federal Credit Union. Speaking of which, it is the 70th anniversary of D-Day, and we invite you, make sure you hang with us. 7th inning, a real special treat. Gentleman on hand here at the ballpark today who was part of the invasion on D-Day. You can have a chance to hear from him, and we'll talk a little bit about the 70th anniversary. There aren't a lot of the men and women left who were involved in D-Day. Orioles down a run. Chris Davis foul tips the first pitch into the mitt. Chris grounded out his first time up. Hardy and Pearce do up. Shift put on against him. Donaldson way over the third baseman. And again, there's that one of the many off-speed deliveries he's got.
A real slow curveball. Started him off with a cutter. And then the slow curveball. Tried to probably speed him up here.
Tried to get him to chase. It'll be way outside, though. And the count will go to a ball and 2 strikes. Malone hasn't walked anybody. He has struck out 2. Chen hasn't walked anybody. He has struck out 3. Each team has 4 hits up on the board. Davis fouls that one off himself at the plate, and it will stay at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kevin Gausman tomorrow, added to the roster tomorrow. He'll be the starting pitcher against Sonny Gray. First pitch scheduled for 7:15 tomorrow. That'll be a Fox game, and then we'll be back with you. Ubaldo Jimenez, Scott Kazmir will go on the Sunday game. That one in the air to left field. It is deep, and goodbye, Chris Davis. Davis delivers the opposite field home run, and the Orioles have tied the ball game up on his 9th homer, 28th RBI.
You gotta like to see that. Chris Davis going the other way with a blast. 9th home run of the season. Chris Davis is starting to get back on track. 63 home runs this season. 24 and 14 when they homer. Looking for the long ball, and they've been more consistent in doing that.
And for Paris Lightfoot, our Maryland lottery contestant, there's another $500. Chris Davis.
Oh, he was a little out front on the breaking ball, so backs up the fastball and gets to it. I mean, this is what Chris Davis is all about. When he is short to the baseball, has a great extension and power to all fields.
Hardy down to third. That is a fair ball. It'll roll into the corner. Hardy's on his way to second base. Played by Cespedes. A stand-up double. And Hardy 2 for 2, a single and a double.
Well, Donaldson robbed him of a double in his first at bat and only came away with the single. J.J. Hardy challenging him again. Right down the line, catches this ball out in front and beats Donaldson. Able to pick up that double. Could be a big inning for the Orioles offense.
And the Orioles now with 6 hits in the ball game, and J.J. Hardy off Donaldson has had 4 hits and 8 at bats lifetime against him. Pierce delivered a single to center field his first time up. Orioles 1 for 3 with runners in scoring position so far in the ball game. They've tied it up at 2-2. Pierce going after it. Runner going to third. Play at first. So coincidentally, with the check swing, Pierce gets the job done of moving the runner up, and there is the first out of the inning. Our Jeep inside the numbers, the power arms.
Yeah, the power arms of the Oakland Athletics. Look at that earned run average, 2.90. That's first in the American League. Hits per 9 innings, 7.45. That's first in the American League. Second with home runs allowed. Second with base on balls per 9. And second strikeout to walk ratio. So this staff really doing a lot of big things. But the Orioles offense starting to get to Malone here, putting some pressure on, sparked by that Chris Davis solo shot.
Jonathan Scope has an RBI base hit. The infield is drawn in. Scope with a big cut to try and drive it through. And a 1-strike count, 1 away. Go ahead, potential go ahead run is Hardy at third base. Malone coming in with that 1-1 mark against the Orioles. Both those victory and the loss rather, coming in Oakland. Here's the 0-1, and again another big cut on a pitch he kept up. 0-2.
Well, you wonder why the Orioles hitters can't get to that inside fastball at times. It's only 86, 87 miles an hour, but Malone has some deception. He's a cross-body, has a cross-body delivery, so he's stepping more towards the Orioles dugout. And at times, very tough to pick up. And that 86-mile-an-hour fastball looks like 96.
0-2, the infield way in. And a swing and a miss. So an into Twad bat right there as Malone will pick up his third strikeout, and that's 2 down.
Well, found a hole and just kept going at it. Look at all 3 pitches right on the inside corner, and all 3 rated 87 miles an hour, 86, 87, and Scope unable to get to it.
So Hundley will come up and try and give the Orioles the lead. For Nick, this is the 6th game he has played in with the Orioles, all as a starter. All 3 hits he's picked up have been singles. He's hitting .271 in the National League prior to the deal. He had 1 home run. With the Orioles, he has picked up a couple of RBIs in the 5 games. 2 down, 4th inning. Tied up with the Davis home run leading it off, which is the 7th home run surrendered on the year by Malone, and only the 2nd by a left-hander. Down to 3rd and foul. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Update Matt Wieters. Nothing has changed. Matt continues to throw every other day. Soft tossing. No great distance. Mike Showalter said there's nothing new to report.
It's going to be a slow process, and you hope on the end of it everything's okay.
May have been foul tipped, held on to in any event. 1 ball, 2 strike count. As we've said, July 1 is really the cutoff date, if you will. If he's not ready to play, not going to be able to get back in, Matt Wieters, a decision will have to be made on what to do and whether he's going to need Tommy John surgery on the elbow or not. At third base, Hardy. 2 down. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and that will be inside, probably up a little bit as well. Count goes to 2-2.
Henley chasing that one pitch before. Why not try it again? Malone's so good at hitting his spots. You saw the 3 consecutive fastballs on the inside corner to get scope, and he's already been trying to work Hundley in his first at bat, going back in there again.
2-2 delivery on the way. Hundley rips it to left field. Cespedes is there, and he's got it. Hit it hard, but within distance. The Orioles, though, will get this tied up. A run on 2 hits. Chris Davis leading off the inning. His second career home run against Malone. He's had 2 hits off the left-hander, and both of them have been out of the yard. Colorado Blue Jays leading the division. They have 5 players with 10 or more home runs this season. No other team has more than 3. Masahiro Tanaka, the Yankees star, he's the 6th pitcher in the last 70 years for the Yankees to register 9 of the team's first 30 wins. And the Red Sox were embarrassed by the Tigers at Fenway. They swept them there 2 weeks ago. Those 2 teams go at it again. Weekend series opening in Detroit tonight. And our East Winds page here at Camden Yards, the beginning of the 10-game homestand. 3 against the Oakland A's to kick it off. 2-2 ball game. Chris Davis and the long ball to tie this game up after the Orioles had fallen behind 2-0. Fifth inning, it'll be Callaspo, and he will take the pitch outside for a ball. Callaspo lined into a double play his first time up. Blanks, and then Punto, the bottom third of the order. Callaspo's been a tough bat against the Orioles, carrying a .293 lifetime average against Oriole pitchers. Wei-Yin Chen's given up just the 2 homers, 4 hits against him. Callaspo takes it, and that will be inside 2-1.
Chen really throwing the ball well, and has really his last 6 starts. Just the 4 walks allowed, so consistent on the plate. Some mistakes have been getting hit. You talked about his balls in play batting average. A lot of those are just mistakes, finding some holes. But in this ball game, pretty good with his fastball. We see that velocity up 92 to 94, mixing in the breaking ball and the occasional change at times.
2-2 delivery on the way. Callaspo will ground that one to Manny Machado. He'll charge, make the throw. 1 away in the 5th. On Wednesday, when the Birds battle the Red Sox, all fans are going to get an Oriole Way t-shirt. New fun design featuring popular rallying cries for the fans, images, moments from the 60-year history of the O's. You can celebrate it From Wild Bill to the Why Not team. Orioles Magic, Buckle Up Birds. It's all part of that great t-shirt. That'll be coming up on Wednesday. You can get tickets, Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD. Blanks up. He will take the pitch down low for a ball. Tigers have the early lead, by the way, 2-1 over Boston in the 5th in the opener of that series we were talking about. 1-0 delivery. Blanks will foul that one into the screen. Last season, with the Orioles leading in the final tally 5-2 on the totals on the season, it was the Orioles' first season series win over the A's since '98. Down the line, and it will drop foul. The Orioles are 8-4 against Oakland here at Camden Yards over the last 3 seasons. Gonzalez in the middle. Miguel Gonzalez on the DL today. He's going to throw a little bit, see how he feels, and will be expected back sometime between June 15 and June 17. The 1-2 pitch and a swing and a miss fooled him.
Good life on the fastball from Wei-Yin Chen. And really what's setting it up is his ability to pitch inside. You see a good fastball on the 3rd pitch, 4th pitch, up and away with some late life at 93. And Blank's a little bit in between. Can't get out there to keep the at bat alive. Wei-Yin Chen with a big punch out.
Chen, who has walked only 1 in the last 3 games, has not walked anyone in this one. Here is Nick Punto, strikeout victim, his first time up. Punto will take the pitch, and it is in there for a strike. Chen working quickly in this ball game, getting ahead of hitters. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Another strike. That one's going to be in the outside corner. Tim Berry, Evan Meek. Meek upstairs. Tim Berry down, joining the ball club on the moves that were made today to strengthen the Orioles bullpen. 0-2 pitch. He'll lash it foul.
Punto, there's how you keep an at bat alive. That's a tough pitch, tough fastball away. Just somehow able to get some contact to keep the at bat alive. Nice to see Tim Berry out there in that Orioles bullpen. You know, he had such a good spring. Really opened some eyes. Good live fastball. Working on some secondary pitches, but a good young pitcher.
Jonathan Scope. He'll make the play over to Davis, and there is the first 1-2-3 inning for Chen. Ball game tied 2-2. Sun shining to be back home, and Chen on the mound. 4 strikeouts, no walks so far in the ball game. Couple of home runs off him, but the Orioles would answer it. The Orioles got some big hits with Hardy kicking off a 2-out rally in that 3rd inning. Jonathan Scope RBI, then Donaldson had a few words with Manny Machado. Davis a home run, and we're tied. For the Orioles, 2-6-0. The A's 2-4-0. Big crowd on hand on this Friday night. The game 2 coming up tomorrow night. 7:15 first pitch tomorrow evening. Orioles will bat here in the 5th inning. Nick Markakis at the top. He has flied out and popped out. Malone with no walks, 3 Ks. 69% of leadoff batters retired by the lefty. And he would get that one in there for a strike. Orioles leadoff man on was Davis's home run in the 4th inning.
Well, Nick Markakis here to lead off this inning has been so good at the top of the order. Take a look at the numbers this year versus the American League West. Well, he's done it consistently against everybody. He's on a nice 10-game hitting streak, hitting .372, but not only just picking up the base hits, but 6 walks. He's got 8 runs scored, 7 RBIs. You know, the home run swing coming. He's pulled a couple balls to right field. So such a dangerous hitter now, that ability to use the whole field. And I think a lot of pitchers are a little worried about coming in now, showing that power.
Malone coming in right there and missing it inside. A 1-ball 2-strike count. Malone has not thrown any wild pitches. He has hit 4 batters, which would indicate he will come inside. 27-year-old left-hander. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Markakis again on a pitch that is in against him, will even the count up 2 balls and 2 strikes. .72 pitches thrown by Malone, and only in the bottom half of the 5th inning. And Markakis, that one fouled off the mask of Norris. You take a look at the defensive alignment here, and you see how much teams are respecting and recognizing the fact that Nick Markakis is using all fields.
Yeah, as straight up can be. And we've seen this season predominantly overtaken by shifts, but Markakis, you just don't know how to play him. I mean, he takes whatever a pitcher gives him, he used the whole field.
That one came inside on him, and he fought it off. Nick has had good numbers at home this year so far, hitting at .290, .317 on the road. He's good everywhere. 3 of the 5 home runs he's hit have been here at home, getting the 2 on the road during that last road trip.
You see the hits by direction, 25 to left, 30 to center. I mean, he uses the whole field consistently.
Here's the 2-2 delivery on the way. Markakis in the off speed, foul. Ooh, just missed. And Kirby, first base coach, taking a look down the line. He thought that might have caught the bag.
Yeah, pretty close.
But Angel Hernandez was right on the chalk line, which is probably paint.
Still
looking right at it. Yep. Look at Angel not looking at him. Wayne Kirby couldn't get him to chat. 2-2 delivery on the way, and that one will go to second base. Over. Nice play. Nick Quinter will get him. For every Orioles walk, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield contributes $50 supporting Be More for Healthy Babies. Orioles have 143 walks, $7,150. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. Manny Machado, a base hit. And he has struck out, the 1 for 2 in the ball game, up to 242 on the year. Foul ball. The Orioles are finally going to end this long stretch outside of the division, with Boston being the second series here in this 10-game homestand, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Toronto for 4. Here's the 0-1. In the air, left center field. Did he get enough? Back at the wall. Goodbye, home run. He did. Manny Machado. He's got the adrenaline flowing in this one. And the Orioles take the lead. His 4th home run, his 11th RBI.
Manny's been squaring up some balls here recently. And he backspun that one out to the Orioles bullpen. And yeah, there's a little fire burning in Manny Machado in this ball game. Some nice defensive plays. His second hit, and it's a solo shot. Take a look at the offering here from Malone. Machado hitting the bottom half of that ball. Look at the great extension. Hips and hands coming through.
And a ground ball against the shift. Moving over is Nick Punto, and Nelson Cruz is 0 for 3 as he's retired. So Manny gets one, and the Orioles have a 3-2 lead.
Take a look at this swing. Perfect timing. An unbelievable extension. Does not miss this pitch. Gentry missing his glove, though. So the ball over the fence and the glove. The Orioles have the lead.
And for Paris Lightfoot, our Maryland lottery contestant, another $500. And with 2 home runs and $500 for being selected, that's $1,500. And we're only in the 5th inning. So the home run night continuing. Manny now putting up some numbers here at home with the long ball. 3 home runs have been hit here at Camden Yards. 3 of the 4. That ball's drilled to left field. That's way back in the gap. Over to get it. Gentry hauls it in. He was playing Jones that way. Otherwise, that's going to be off the wall. So the Orioles get a run on a hit. No errors, nobody left. They take the lead. Joining Chris Davis in the homer department for the Orioles is Machado. And it is 3-2 O's. We'll come to you tomorrow at 7:15 on Fox. Kevin Gausman will be activated to take the mound for the Orioles against Sonny Gray. Tune into Masson Sunday for the series finale. Ubaldo Jimenez against Scott Kazmir. Coverage will begin at 1 with those extra presented by Geico, followed by game coverage at 1:30 on Masson and WJC. All the access you need right here on Masson. There is a moon out tonight, and you can see it because the skies are perfectly clear around the ballpark. Manny Machado didn't reach the moon, but he reached far enough. Get the home run in the 5th, and the Orioles have the 3-2 lead. So now Wei and Chen will try and preserve the 1-run lead. This, as we talk about in baseball, where he'd like to have that quick inning. Make it a little more of a downer for the A's, that they not only fall behind, but can't do anything in their next at bat. Check swing is going to be a foul ball. Top of the order, this is Gentry, who's had a single and has grounded out.
Well, after that home run to Norris, Wei and Chen really settling in, throwing a fine ball game. Only runs on the board, the 2 solo shots for the A's.
Gentry, the 0-1 pitch. That'll be taken away. Talking about Gentry's year with Texas, he hit .280. 22 RBIs, 108 games with Texas last year. He'll put that one up in the air to right field. Markakis. Nick's got it, and Gentry is retired. Time for our AT&T fan photo, as we promised earlier in the game. AT&T's fan photo. Folks enjoying the night here. 2.5 on hand.
Yeah, good one. Good memory right there.
And never mind. Lowry coming up. Number 2 hitter is struck out and flied out. Ground ball will go to short. Hardy on the 3-hopper. Got him. And this is just what Chen wanted, at least for the first 2 batters.
Yeah, a couple quick outs there. Nice routine ground ball to J.J. Hardy.
2 down, nobody on. Chen is doing this against a ball club that has an enormous 120 run differential coming into this ball game. Here is Donaldson, a home run, and he is flied out to center field. That run differential they have right now through games of June 5 all time is the 5th largest run differential on games through June 5 ever in the American League. The Yankees of 39, the A's of 29, the Yankees of 36, and the Yankees of 98, with the other teams that had higher plus run differentials on this date. Oh wow, hello. Let's heat it up a little more.
Some good fastballs from Wei-Yin Chen. That one got away a little bit, but first pitch a strike at 94. Next one comes back in, just misses at 93, and this one the brushback at 94 miles an hour. And to move his feet a little bit.
2 ball, 1 strike count on Donaldson. You know he was going to cut on that one like that. He wanted to hit it back to Oakland.
Yeah, well, Wei-Yin Chen, look at the fastball velocity though, 94 up in the zone. Tough one to get to, but Donaldson fired up as well.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Bob Melvin watching. Donaldson will chop that one foul. Also watching was Tommy Malone, the starting pitcher. Pitchers don't hit in the American League, so if there's going to be any retaliation for what you believe is something that's been done to one of your teammates, it has to come from the pitcher when he's on the mound.
Oh, I don't think there's anything wrong right there with what Wei-Yin Chen did.
Didn't say there was.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean there won't be retaliation.
Right, I know how people take offense to it.
2-2 delivery, and that will be fouled back. Besides, we want people to stay tuned. Stay with our broadcast throughout the game.
Yeah.
Manny Machado down there at third. If you missed it earlier, what we're talking about is Machado and Donaldson had a little tay-to-tay when Donaldson tagged Machado out running from second to third, and Manny thought he tagged him a little too hard. Dugouts came out, and then it all went away. Manny responded, of course, with a home run. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Donaldson will take it. That's got to be really hard to do when you're pumped up and the adrenaline's just flowing to take a pitch.
Oh yeah, to control yourself. And here's where the fire started burning in both of them. The tag by Donaldson and Manny taking offense to it. All Manny's done is hit the solo shot and make a couple real good defensive plays.
Ooh, that one got him. Umpire will go out. Larry Vanover between the pitcher and Donaldson. And that is the first hit batter by Chen this year. More to come.
Yeah, this fastball, another one riding up and in, 95 miles an hour. It just grazes Donaldson. Donaldson hollering back into the dugout. I don't know, maybe wanting something done.
Would have been interesting after he threw the glove if that had landed on the top of Hundley's head.
More problems.
Here is Cespedes. Look, you got 2 teams who figure they ought to go to the postseason. Maybe they'll meet one another there. Maybe they won't, but they know they're both good. And that's what makes it fun. So out to talk to Chen now and make sure he doesn't lose any concentration with the hit batter Donaldson, especially against Cespedes with all the power he's got.
Yeah, well, Wei and Chen very efficient, just 90 pitches. And what's been most impressive is his fastball velocity. He actually touched 96 in that little sequence to Donaldson, 94 and 95.
1-0 count with 2 down. Off speed pitch up high. Cespedes had a couple of home runs on Wednesday. All 4 of the 2 homer games he's had in his career have come on the road. He had a big year last year. 26 home runs, 80 RBIs. There's Malone watching. 2-0 the count. Donaldson off first base. He's going for the long ball. Foul back, 2-1.
Gets into a pretty good hitter's count. Wei and Chen missing with a couple off-speed pitches. Tries to sneak the fastball away. Pretty good pitch down and away. And Cespedes a healthy cut. Very dangerous hitter.
Cespedes against the Orioles. 277, 3 home runs lifetime coming into the ball game. 2-1 delivery on the way. Cespedes gets it up in the air, but it's in the yard. Jones is over, and Adam will put it away. So that will do it. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. Orioles on top. More to come.
Go highlights tonight in the first inning. Donaldson, he's an MVP candidate early in the season. A solo shot off Chen. Manny Machado and Donaldson get into a little scuffle at third base. Manny taking offense to the tag and lights a fire underneath him. Beautiful defensive play by Manny. Wei and Chen loving that. And then offensively, Manny taking it to the bullpen. A solo shot back in the 5th inning. Wei and Chen, he fires Donaldson up. Donaldson taking offense, talking to his own dugout. Bat flip and elbow pad flip. Pretty good pitchers duel here. Tommy Malone 5 innings. Wei and Chen 6 innings. 3 earned runs for Malone. Wei and Chen 2. Remember, Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Manny Machado, Nelson Cruz talking about the game. Chris Davis, towering pop up first base. Blank's coming over. It'll take a while. He's got it. So 1 pitch and 1 out here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Davis with a home run, 1 for 3. And Malone trying to work his way through quickly with the 81 pitches thrown so far. J.J. Hardy gets the nice hand. He's had a real good night at the plate. Double, single, run scored. Now 4 for 8 lifetime off Malone. He continues to put up the numbers against the left-handers and overall. And J.J. will take it inside for a ball.
So those real good numbers by the Orioles. 5, 6, 7, 8. hitters, everybody producing. I mean, this offense really been consistent. A lot of production 1 through 9. And tonight, major production from 5 through 8.
Way up the stairs there, you see Ryan Cook in the A's bullpen. 1 ball, 1 strike delivery. Hardy watching that one. It will miss away. Pierce waiting on deck. Mick Showalter's team regrouping here at home, arriving a little after 4 o'clock when the plane landed this morning. Most of the players did not get home until 6 or 7. Buck was up until 8. Trying to do a little research work on Oakland, along with getting a little shut-eye, and he ordered nobody to show up here until 4 o'clock or after today. Chris Tillman, Orioles starter, who had the tough night. Down to third base. Worm eater right there. Donaldson over to first. Hardy is retired. In our Major League Notebook, taking a look at the senior circuit where the San Francisco Giants have become the team to beat. They are number 1. They lead the majors in wins. They've scored 50% of their runs with 2 outs this year. They are 3rd in the National League in runs per ball game, 2nd in home runs with 68, and then you combine that with that great pitching, 2nd in the National League in ERA, and the 2nd best defensive efficiency number in the league. Giants having a real good year. Here is Steve Pearce, and lays off the pitch up high. Giants have won 39 ball games. They've won 2 in a row. They've got an 8.5 game lead over the Dodgers.
So I guess if you live out there in the Bay Area, you know, you can pick either the A's or the Giants if you want to see some good baseball.
Both places. How'd you like Don Mattingly's quote after the last Dodger loss? Was that a good one? People are going to have to look that one up. Mattingly with his team in 2nd place, all but said it's over in no uncertain terms. It's online if you want to find it. 2 ball, 1 strike count, 2 outs. And there's another base hit. Pierce delivers to left field. Cespedes will get it in. And Steve Pearce 2 for 3 in the ball game, 4 for 6 lifetime off Malone.
Yeah, can you believe Steve Pearce, a couple hits in a ball game? I mean, every time he gets in, he's making great contact here. Just whistles it by Donaldson in the 5-6 hole. Another crisp line drive single for Pearce.
So that will bring up Jonathan Schoop as the Orioles have their 8th hit of the ball game off the left-hander. Scope's got one of them, an RBI single that he picked up in the 2nd inning. Malone with the look over, and that will be chopped foul. Malone has given up as many as 9 hits in a game. His first start against Seattle and his last start against the Angels. In both games, 9 hits. Never double digits this year in hits allowed. 0-1 count on Jonathan Schoop. Short lead at first base for Pearce. Blanks holding him. Outfield swung around a bit to right. Pitches inside.
Well, what's made both these lefties tonight have the success that they're having in this ball game is their ability to pitch inside. Both really dotting it up, not afraid to get it off the plate in there.
1 ball, 1 strike count. Schoop on the tailing pitch. 1-2. And he locates that. Not much chances of hitting it.
Yeah, real tough. Hard in and then soft away. So now what's Jonathan Schoop got to look for? He struck out on fastballs in his last at bat. And now he's got to think about the off-speed pitch down and away. A couple different weapons Malone can go to.
1 ball, 2 strike count. There are 2 away. There's the throw over. Pierce taking a look over at third base to Bobby Dickerson. But right now, Jonathan Scope with a 1-2 count. He's trying to put that ball in play. Malone's delivery to him will be popped up to short. And that will be handled. Lowry there to get it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We've completed 6 here at Camden Yards. It is a 3-2 Orioles lead. Santana coming up in rehab through the minors, hoping he'd be back. Our Antwerpen quote of the day comes from Dan Duquette.
We had an unfortunate injury to Johan Santana today. So he was pitching an extended game down in Sarasota, Florida. He had a line drive back to him, which went off his left glute. And when he stumbled, he ended up tearing his Achilles tendon. We had an MRI this afternoon down in Sarasota, Florida. It was read by Dr. Schofield and Dr. Jacobs, and they confirmed that the tendon was severed, and that would in effect end his season.
So there's our Antwerpen quote of the day. Visit their new Route 32 Clarksville facility. All month they'll beat any competing offer on your trade-in. Hurry in today.
Well, tough to hear Dan Duquette talk about that. I mean, Santana working so hard to make it back to the major leagues, and just a frustrating way to go.
It may end a career. I mean, that's a pretty serious, serious injury.
I mean, just to be able to come back from his arm surgery is just one thing, and now that Achilles tendon, man.
Wei-Yin Chen working, 7th inning. Orioles 3 runs, 8 hits. The A's 2 runs on 4 hits. 5 left by the O's, 2 by the A's. Norris, the catcher, goes after it. Real good ball game. 2 starters, Chen, Malone, going at one another. The A's had the early 2-0 lead. Orioles came back, tied it up. Jonathan Scope RBI, home run by Davis tied it. Home run by Machado put the Orioles out on top. 1-1 to Norris, their catcher, a home run, robbed of a hit by Manny Machado his last time up. 1-1 delivery, soft stuff, swung on and missed.
Yeah, nice slow breaking ball right there from Wei-Yin Chen. And both strikes on the curve. And Ryan Webb now warming up in the Orioles bullpen. Big right-hander.
1 ball, 2 strike count. Norris wanting a little more time. Chen's ready. Here's the 1-2 delivery. And that will miss. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Real good crowd on hand here tonight. We hope you'll make your plans to see the Orioles once or more here in this homestand. Ought to be baseball just like this. Great games. Weekend series, Oakland, Boston in for 3 Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Toronto for 4 after that. And just missing. Chen trying to catch the outside corner.
Well, good try with the changeup. As Wei-Yin Chen nears 100 pitches, 98 right now. Hasn't reached that 100-pitch plateau in his last 4 starts. So this is a good sign, the pitch track. Everything down in the zone. You can tell Wei-Yin Chen tires.
That's a base hit. So Norris is on his second hit. He is 2 for 3, leadoff single, 7th inning. I want to take a moment here. Rudy Arias is the batting practice pitcher and also the bullpen catcher for the Orioles out of Miami. And his dad was a professional baseball player. His father, Rudy Arias Sr. 17 years he pitched professionally, including 34 games with the White Sox in '59 on the American League Championship team. His dad celebrating a birthday today in Miami. He watches all of our games. So Rudy Arias Sr., happy birthday from your son and from us.
Awesome. Happy birthday.
Ball foul back into the screen by Moss. He is single, 1 for 4. Detroit leading the Red Sox 4-2, 6th inning. Torrey Hunter's gone 2 for 3 RBI. De La Rosa 4 runs, 8 hits, 5 innings for Boston. Smiley's gone 6 for the Tigers, a run on 5 hits.
There's the pitches this season. That season high at 108, right now at 100.
Good pitch, got him to chase after one up and in.
And riding up and out of the zone.
So Moss falls behind on the count, steps up to think about it. He's had one of the hot bats of late, 314 over the last 28 ball games, including 8 doubles, a couple of triples. Here's the 0-2 delivery and a shattered bat. Slow roller, nobody at first. Great play to get the out at second. And Jonathan Schoop, the second baseman, really helping out with the barrel of that bat going by everybody. Schoop was screaming out to Davis, go to second.
Yeah, great play. Nice communication. Well, once again, a bat head flying out to the infield. Look at Chris Davis aggressively with the pursuit angle and able to get that lead runner at second base, keep the double play in order. If he tried to turn around and get the play at first, no chance. Fine defensive play, good communication by Jonathan Schoop.
And that is going to be it for Wei-Yin Chen. Callaspo's due up. Fans already applauding Chen. 6 1/3 innings. He'll leave with a chance to win his 7th. Change is good, especially when it's your oil getting changed at Jiffy Lube. Give your vehicle the relief with regular oil changes at Jiffy Lube and help stretch the life of your engine.
Wei-Yin Chen had it working tonight. Real live fastball topping out at 96, but consistently 93, 94. Lowry going down on the high heater. Cespedes as well. Oh yeah, the veteran Punto give a chase to the high heat. Blank going down. Wei-Yin Chen with the 4 punch-outs. A fine outing, 6 1/3, just 5 hits given up, the 2 earned runs, just solo shots. No walks once again by Wei-Yin Chen with the 4 strikeouts, 102 pitches. There is a runner on first base that he is responsible for. A good outing by Wei-Yin Chen. Ryan Webb now in the ball game, 2.77 earned run average, 23 strikeouts, just the 6 base on balls. He's been pretty good here recently, though. Opponents 221 batting average, lefties just 194, righties at 234. Only 4 earned runs in his last 23 and 2/3 innings pitched. Take a look at the inherited runners stranded, 10 of 11 at 91%. So Ryan Webb really stepping up and doing a good job. Good sinker slider pitcher.
Orioles bullpen, you see what they've done over the last 7 games. They are now ranked bullpen wise 5th in ERA at 3.61, 5th in the American League. Runner on at first base and 1 down, and the pitch will be taken away. Cayespo, the switch hitter, he has lined out and grounded out the 0 for 2 in the ball game. Gets a look at the right-hander. Cayespo, 180 average off lefties, 263 off right-handers. Webb with the delivery to him, and that one will be put up in the air to right field. Markakis started back. He'll move in. Runner halfway. 2 down in the 7th. The latest voting numbers in for the All-Star game. A lot of O's vying for a spot. Nelson Cruz, Matt Wieters for a starting role. J.J. Hardy, Chris Davis, Manny Machado, Adam Jones, Nick Markakis, all there. You can vote. Orioles.com/vote-orange. You can earn discounts on tickets. Chance to win an autographed All-Star game jersey. You can vote up to 35 times. And you can vote right now. Orioles.com/vote-orange. Ryan Madison, the bullpen for the Orioles. And that pitch will be taken away for a ball. Here is Blanks. He has grounded out, struck out. Short lead at first base for Moss, who got there on the fielder's choice. Webb, runner not going. That's going to be a base hit into center field. Jones will hold the runner at second. So with 2 down, the A's trying to get this ball game tied up or better. Have 2 on, and Punto coming up.
Yeah, Blank staying hot. Nice job taking a pitch right back through the middle. Elevated pitch. Blank stayed on.
So big moment in the ball game right here. Nick Punto has struck out and grounded out. He has seen Webb before. He's had a couple of hits and 3 at bats off Ryan Webb. And with 2 down, of course, runners will be going on contact. Punto hitting just .208 with runners in scoring position this year. 2 down. And he will take the pitch, and it is in there for a strike.
A nice little backdoor slider from Webb. He's really shown great command of that pitch. We use it on the back door, bury it down and into lefties. Look at the runners in scoring position. Orioles just 1 for 6, but not many opportunities for the Athletics. 0 for 1.
That was back in the 3rd inning. Here's the 0-1 delivery by Webb. That will be a little bit outside. Wei-Yin Chen in the ballgame after he gave up a single to Gentry in the 3rd inning. He went 12 batters without giving up a hit. During that time, he retired the side in order twice, and the only base runner was a hit batter in the 6th inning. A real good streak in the middle of the ballgame for Wei-Yin Chen. Homers by Donaldson and Norris in the 1st and 2nd. Ball's going to be popped up. Manny Machado will be over in foul territory with room, and he's got it. And Webb gets it done. 2 are left on. Our O's Do Up brought to you by Mazda. Honoring those who were involved in D-Day, the 70th anniversary. That man was one of those. He is 96 years old. Joseph Patrick Oates, recognized before the game by the fans and by Buck Showalter. And had a chance to talk with him on the field before the ball game about D-Day 70 years ago.
I think of all the good friends that I lost. That's the thing I think about it. And the thing that saddens me is that we left them over there. We got a big, huge cemetery over there where we buried them. And the poor loved ones, they can't afford to go over and see them. But that's a pet peeve of mine. But aside from that, I'm happy.
How about that? 96 years old. He was in one of the most decorated divisions in the war, the 29th, which came primarily out of Maryland. They trained in Maryland before being shipped overseas. They were in the war from D-Day to V-Day. That division saw action throughout all of it, and he was with that division throughout the entire war. They suffered enormous casualties at every major battle in World War II. We honor him and all of those involved on the D-Day invasion of Normandy. Still the largest seaborne invasion in history, with General Dwight D. Eisenhower, the man in charge of that. There were 2,500 U.S. troops, sailors, and airmen who lost their lives just on the invasion. 2,500. Eisenhower told them on the night before they went, "The tide has turned. The free men of the world are marching together to victory. We will accept nothing less than full victory." And that is what they got. Ground ball will go to third. Donaldson will make the play. Hundley is retired. You see, there were 5 men who played minor league ball to semi-pro ball who were killed in that D-Day operation. Yogi Berra was one of those who was in the D-Day attack. He was on a boat that was launching rockets during the Allied invasion of Normandy. He was honored in New Jersey last night for his involvement in D-Day, and they're the 2,500 who were lost that day. 156,000 troops crossed the English Channel for that invasion. Wow.
Yeah, unbelievably moving stuff. You know, that part of history of the world and the sacrifices all those soldiers made.
Hard to realize in this day and age. It's just hard to comprehend what they did. Pitch will be taken by Markakis. He is 0 for 3 in the ball game. 1 down, nobody on here in the 7th inning. Malone is out, and they have gone to the bullpen.
Yeah, Ryan Cook, he's got a power arm, a funky delivery. Might have led to him making a couple stints on the DL this year.
How about that for a hit the other way? A muscle shot by Markakis, an 11-game hit streak, and the Orioles have 1 on and 1 down.
That's what he's all about, using the whole field, taking what's given him. Infielders playing straight up. Take a look at the offering here from Cook. Up and out over, and he stays on it. What great head position, not trying to do too much. And picks up the base hit.
So the Orioles now with 9 hits in the ball game. Machado, a home run and a single. 5th inning, his 4th home run. Orioles using 2 homers. That'll go to short. Lowry 1, relay to first. Oh, great pick by Blanks on the throw by Nick Punto. That'll retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base as we salute the invasion of Normandy 70 years ago, D-Day, and a man who was there. Miller Time, brought to you by Miller Lite.
A little bit of the scuffle here. Adam Jones with the ground ball to Donaldson. He decides to tag Manny, but a little too hard. Manny takes offense. That's the time that it lights a fire. Not only under Manny, but this Orioles team. Both benches come out to talk about it. Face-to-face confrontation there. Bobby Dickerson pulling Manny away. That was really a moment that ignited the Orioles. Certainly Manny Machado.
Both players deeply involved in the ball game. Manny's had the 2 for 4, the 4th home run. Donaldson has had his 17th home run and has made fine play at third base a couple of times. So the 2 third basemen putting on a show here in a real good ball game to open up this 3-game set.
Darren O'Day now in the ball game. That .75 earned run average, second best for relievers in the league. A couple saves this season in 4 opportunities, 19 strikeouts in his 24 innings of work. Darren O'Day has been a consistent force out of this Orioles pen. Opponent batting average at .217. The lefties continues to drop, .269. Righties at .193.
And Coco Crisp, who did not start in center. I think those are real, aren't they? The stirrups?
Oh, yeah. You don't see those very often.
No, that's the real deal.
Might have taken them from Buck.
Look at that. Lots of times they're painted on, even if the players are showing the bottom of the pants. But most of the time, the pants just pull down all the way over the shoe. Here is Coco Crisp. We said he didn't start, some neck problems, stiff neck problems. Kept him out. Gentry started, so now he's pinch hitting for Gentry in the leadoff spot. Gentry had a 1 for 3. Manny Machado in at third. Crisp with outstanding speed. Pitch will miss, 2-0.
See, he's got a hit, and it was a home run off Darren O'Day.
First game of this set being played here in the 8th inning. Lowry and then Donaldson at the top of the order up for the A's. Here's the 2-0 delivery, and that's going to miss outside. And the count goes to 3-0. Not wanting to put anybody on, much less the leadoff batter in an inning, especially when it's Coco Crisp.
Working that outside corner, just can't induce a swing or get a call.
3 balls, no strikes. And Crisp is on 4 straight. That is the first walk surrendered in the ballgame by either team. The Orioles thank 2014 American Heart Association Baltimore Heartball signature sponsor Sinai Hospital, a LifeBridge health center whose support for the event helped raise $700,000 to help fight heart disease. For more information on how you can help fight heart disease or contribute, go to Orioles.com/AHA. So Crisp on at first base. Let's see how Bob Melvin will play this. Here's Lowry. He is 0 for 3 in the ball game. Crisp a pretty good lead over there, and O'Day will throw it over. Webb worked an inning, gave up 2/3 of an inning, rather, gave up 1 hit. And now O'Day on for Webb.
And Crisp he can steal some bases. You saw there 10 out of 12 this season.
How much and how far they want to push him with the bad neck running, we'll see. Off-speed pitch, and that's going to be in there for a strike.
There you go, the backdoor slider, finally finding the strike zone.
Lowry's got a 2 for 4 off the Oriole reliever in his career. Lowry's had a lot of games against the Orioles, played in this park a lot. Carries a .263 average of 2 home runs here at Camden Yards. Machado in at third base. Pitch is in for a strike.
A real good pitch there. Finding the zone now. That fastball painted on the outside corner. Real tough on hitters, not knowing which way the ball's going to go. The slider and the 2-seam fastball catching the edge of the plate.
0-2 the count on Lowry. Davis holding the bag on Coco Crisp. O'Day with that high set, runner not going, and a swing, foul tipped into the mitt. Got him. He's arguing about whether or not it was foul tipped. Home plate umpire Larry Vanover with the call, and certainly by the reaction of Hundley, it was.
It was rising fastball once again at the top of the zone.
Ooh, may have hit the glove.
They may have. Take a look here. No, missed the glove. Oh. It's been a little bit of a foul ball, but his bat head went out in front of home plate anyway. So
O'Day gets the strikeout. There's the difference an angle can make. One angle looks like it would have been catcher's interference.
Yeah.
And then you look at it from another angle, and it really wasn't even that close. So Chris remains on at first base. Now one away. Here's Donaldson. Home run, 17th, first inning. He's been hit by a pitch, and he's flied out. Runner goes. Taken. Throw. Hundley high. Crisp in. Stolen base.
Well, take a look at Crisp. Already had the lean going, so creating a little momentum, and he was in by a long shot here. Hundley with the quick snap throw, but it's high. Scope has to leave his feet. And Crisp now in scoring position, his 11th stolen base this season.
First time anybody's stolen a base with Darren O'Day on the mound. Gregerson and Johnson in the bullpen. Former Oriole Jim Johnson. Now Donaldson. Chance to do more damage here. O'Day with that runner at second being held. Here's the 0-1. And Donaldson fouls it away.
Oh, he lets it go when it's in the zone.
Donaldson also a 2 for 4 off Darren O'Day.
Matt is still up in the Orioles bullpen.
Only 3 chances with the runner in scoring position so far for the A's. And that will come inside. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Orioles trying to hang on to the 1-run lead. They trailed 2-0 early in the ball game, came back, tied it, then got the lead. Orioles, when they have led after 7 innings, have only lost 3 ball games, 22-3 with a lead. Davis, one of the home runs hit in this ball game, Manny Machado, and the count goes to 2-2. Now up to the bullpen to hold it up. Pitchers of record of the starters, Chen and Malone. Chen ended up with the 2 runs, 4 hits over 6 1/3. Look back at Chris. Nobody on the bag, just moving him back.
They're just keeping him in check. And Darren O'Day has caught guys sleeping out there at times, and a lot of times base runners at second base think there aren't any attempts. Second baseman or shortstop isn't holding them close. Maybe can catch the team sleeping and steal third base. So Darren O'Day, the veteran pitcher, kind of keeping him right there at bay at second base.
2-2 delivery. Donaldson goes down swinging. The big sweeper from Darren O'Day.
Oh, beautiful pitch. Donaldson seeing everything, but finished off with that slider. And it slows down as it gets in front of home plate and makes that turn. Donaldson trying all he can do to reach it, but enough bend on the end to keep it off the bat. Beautiful pitch out in front and off the end of the bat. Big strikeout for Darren O'Day.
That will bring up Yoenis Cespedes. Cleanup batters 0 for 3 in the ball game, and 0 for 3 lifetime off Darren O'Day. 2 down now with the runner on at second base. And that pitch will catch the outside corner at the knees for a strike. Boy, what a great ball game to open it up. Donaldson back on the bench. 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position for the A's. Here's the 0-1. That's going to go down the line. It is a fair ball, and this game is going to be tied. Cespedes on his way to second base will pick up the RBI double. And they get the 2-out hit from their cleanup batter to tie the game with Coco Crisp scoring after he drew the only walk thus far issued in the game.
Well, Cespedes, a very dangerous hitter. Darren O'Day leaving the slider up, and he's able to reach it. And it's hooking, but it does stay fair by inches. Darren O'Day wants it to bite foul. Shows the frustration.
So Cespedes comes through. He's on at second base now, represents the potential go-ahead run. He's got 40 RBIs. So for the pitchers, starters, Chen, Malone, non-decision. Here is Norris. Their catcher has singled, grounded out, and delivered his 6th home run of the year. That came in his first at bat, second inning. And that pitch is in there for a strike. 3 runs, 7 hits now for the A's. 3 runs, 9 hits for the O's. It'll go as a blown save for Darren O'Day. Good secondary lead for Cespedes at second base. 0-1. Lifted him up, but it's on the corner.
Good slider there. Norris thinking it's going to be another two-seam fastball running in. He bends away, but the slider bends over the heart of the plate.
Norris, a .368 average with runners in scoring position. That's the highest number for the A's in that department. Here's the 0-2 pitch to him up high, trying to get him to bite on one. He didn't. 1-2. So both teams have had to come back in this ball game. The Orioles from a 2-run deficit, the A's from a 1-run deficit, and both have done it. Bob Melvin on the left, Buck Showalter on the right. Two managers who greatly respect one another and the work they do as managers. Here's the 1-2. Fouled away.
In a lot of ways, I mean, they're both obviously very intelligent as far as the game of baseball goes, but you know how they get the most out of their players. I mean, both managers tested and have been over the last couple years, and Buck Showalter has really changed the whole attitude here in Baltimore, a winning attitude, has great character players. Well, Bob Melvin the same over there, really preaching the positiveness to this team, and they've had such great success here recently.
That will be outside.
You guys learn how to win. They know what it takes.
4th season for Bob Melvin with this Oakland team. Melvin with a couple of American League West titles to his credit. 2 balls, 2 strikes. O'Day having to work through a tough 8th inning. Leadoff walk to Crisp has resulted in the tying run. Cespedes off second. And a swing and a miss on a chase. So O'Day ends up striking out the side, but in between, the double by Cespedes makes it a 3-3 game. Is presented by authority of the Baltimore Orioles and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Baltimore Orioles. And a ball game to be decided deep into it as we go to the 8th inning, and the ball game is tied at 3-3 here, bottom of the 8th for the Orioles, and to the pen again for Melvin.
Yeah, Luke Gregerson now in. He's been in 30 games, 2.32 earned run average. 3 saves and 8 opportunities. For a while there. They were trying to figure out who their closer would be, and he got into some trouble. But opponents hitting just .211. Lefties at .241. Righties only .183. And you're going to see two-seam fastball, 87 and 90. But he loves his slider. Very aggressive with it to the righties. Likes to throw it to lefties as well. And that is his primary pitch, his go-to.
Gregerson is 29 years old. He has appeared against the Orioles in 5 previous games, going 1-1. 3 runs, 4 hits, 2 2/3 innings the Orioles have against him. Coco Crisp stays in the ballgame to play center after pinch hitting, walking, and scoring. So Gregerson, the right-hander, will work to the middle of the Orioles lineup here in the bottom of the 8th. Cruz an 0 for 3, then Jones and Davis as the Orioles try and get that lead back. Full-blown shift put on against Cruz. And Gregerson's pitch will come inside for a ball. Cook worked an inning out of the bullpen for the A's, gave up 1 hit. Cruz an 0 for 2 off Gregerson. 1-0 delivery, and that's on the inside corner for a strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and a check swing and the ball away. Didn't get. Oh, another strike called at first base by Angel Hernandez.
Well, there's the slider from Gregerson. I think Nelson Cruz is going to see a bunch of these. Take a look. Oh, yeah. Good call.
Angels 2 for 2 tonight on check swings.
Yep. I'm not going to say I can't believe it.
Here's the 1-2 delivery on the way, and a swing and a miss. So Gregerson starts it with a strikeout. 1 down here in the 8th inning.
Yeah, right to the slider. You see the bottom drop out of that one. Pretty good pitch as it drops right when it gets to Cruz's knees. Takes a little off. Pretty good bite at the end.
Here is Adam Jones. Adam has an 0 for 3 in the ball game. Has the 4-game hit streak going. 2 for 2 off Gregerson. Outfield deep. Jones to short. Lowry to his left, and there are 2 down.
Adam Jones, a couple line drive outs right at Lowry. Pretty good play there. Adam Jones getting on the slider, just hammers it. Pretty good read by the shortstop Lowry.
Now the shift will go the other way. Chris Davis coming up. His 9th home run came in the 4th inning, a solo shot. He has popped out, grounded out. The 1 for 3. Ball game tied, 8th inning, 3 apiece. And that's going to miss outside. Chris against Gregerson is 1 for 1. Zach Britton, Oriole closer, ready. Davis on the off speed out in front.
Really pulled the string on that one. A little change.
One delivery to Davis. That's the other way. That's going to be a base hit in the gap. He'll make the big turn. Cespedes up, going for 2. Here's the throw, and he is out. Nick Punto had to find him as Chris Davis tried to go wide, and is he all right? Cespedes throws him out from left field, and Chris Davis very slow to get up as third base coach Bobby Dickerson goes out to see him.
He went hard on his hip there to avoid the tag. Cespedes a strong arm out there. Nice play by Punto trying to hold his ground. Look at that diving effort to make the tag. Second base umpire right on top of it, but you see the slide and it leads with that right hip, and I think he hit hard on the slide. Potential hit pointer there. There's the effort with the tag from Punto, actually catching him on the chest and chin.
So that will end the 8th, and we'll go to the 9th inning, 3-3. Is the Chris Davis after that slide staying in the ball game at first base?
That is just a little over aggressive out there for Chris, but good to see him back out there. Zach Britton now on the mound for the Orioles at .88 earned run average, third best for relievers. 30 2/3 innings of work for Zach Britton. Opponents hitting 192, lefties at 190, righties at 194, and it's the power sinker that works best. 94, 95 miles an hour, and late dive action.
Has become one of the outstanding ground ball pitchers in all of baseball. Moss leading it off against him. Now the Orioles shift after the first pitch is a strike. Moss has a single, 1 for 3 in the ball game, and that one maybe a little bit up high to him. Moss, Cayespo, and Blanks will be due up in the top of the 9th inning. Orioles 3-10-0, A's 3-7-0. There's the sinker off the table, 1-2.
Dive bomber, 94 miles an hour. When it's down in the zone, there's not much hitters can do with it. Very hard to square that pitch up. The only time Britton gets hurt when his pitches are elevated.
1-2 delivery, and over the top again, and a strikeout for Zach Britton.
Throw it to the middle and let it work. 96 miles an hour. You see Hundley setting up in the middle, and this ball just takes off on the inner third with great velocity underneath the bat of Moss.
Zach is now retired 20 out of 25 first batters faced, and comes in third in the American League among relief pitchers in ERA with that .88. Here is Cayespo, the switch hitter, 0 for 3 in the ball game. Cayespo on one, tailing away, 0-1.
Aspo saying, I better try to get him early. I don't want to get to that nasty one. Well, that first pitch was about as nasty as it can get. 96 miles an hour.
Aspo waiting on it, and that will be down low. The way this ball game is going, Jim Johnson, the former Oriole, may very well appear in it.
Yep.
Sean Doolittle is doing some closing right now for Oakland up in the bullpen, the left-hander. 1 ball, 1 strike count. And a chopper to short. Hardy, a multi-bouncer. In our Major League Notebook here in the 9th inning, this date in baseball history, the beginning of what has been a long and wonderful run. In 1939, the first Little League game was played. Lundy Lumber defeated Lycoming Dairy 23-8. Final game of the series was won by Lycoming Dairy 3-2, and thus began the Little League World Series. And in 1925, Eddie Collins, 6th Major League player to collect 3,000 hits, a member of the Philadelphia A's and the White Sox, Hall of Fame member elected in 39, 25 years in the majors, second baseman, 10 seasons he hit .340 or better.
Unbelievable.
Eddie Collins out of Millertown, New York, where he was born, and a great career. Here is blanks, 2 down and nobody on. 1 for 3 single down to third. Manny Machado's got it. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. The Orioles need 1, and this ball game will be over.
Post game, and Rick, when you look at the entire situation, that's like do or die once again for the Orioles. They're in the bottom of the 9th.
Well, it is. It's been a battle from the beginning. Wei-Yin Chen got down by giving up 2 home runs early, but the Orioles came back. Manny Machado hit a home run. Chris Davis hit a home run to give us the lead again at 3-1. Oakland comes back and ties it up, and who knows what's going to happen now. A lot of tension in this game.
Bottom half of the 9th. Let's go back upstairs. Gary Thorne and Mike Bordick.
Tom and Rick will stand by with us, and the big crowd on hand. Take a look at our Lexus and Towson drive of the game.
Oh, it's Manny Machado, 98 miles an hour off his bat, and it ends up in that Orioles bullpen. So does Gentry's glove. Manny Machado, some controversy in this ball game. A little scuffle with the A's third baseman, but he gets fired up and delivers a solo shot.
Our drive of the game brought to you by Lexus of Towson, the area's #1 Lexus dealer. Come see why at LexusofTowson.com. So we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Gregerson will stay on. He gave up a base hit, faced only 3 in the 8th inning. He's got Hardy, single, double, and he is grounded out. J.J. Hardy, how about the first home run of the year right here?
I like that call.
73 ball games now he's gone since his last home run, but take naught from his offense. He has been very productive for the Orioles. The extra base hits, runs scored, RBIs. That one in the air, center field, so deep. Crisp has got no chance. The Orioles Orioles get the leadoff man potential winning run on J.J. Hardy. Orioles baseball on Masson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find Southwest Airlines fares online only at southwest.com. And by Chapin Davis, providing investments that can produce income from your retirement plan. Call to learn more, 800-222-3246 or at chapindavis.com. All right, here at Camden Yards, let's see how Buck Showalter will play this. Here is Pierce, who's got 2 singles. He is 2 for 3 in the ball game. Potential winning run is on at first. Hardy picking up his 3rd hit of the game. Breaking ball called strike. Abba in the bullpen. And trying to loosen up in a hurry. Topper, that's foul. And a 2-strike count on Pierce. Hardy going back to first base.
Well, one thing about Steve Pierce is he's going to fight till the end. Some great at-bats here recently. He battles with 2 strikes. Hasn't really swung at many bad pitches, and I think just the opportunity to get more at-bats, consecutive at-bats, has really helped him to become more consistent.
J.J. Hardy with his 4th 3-hit ball game of the year. Rally caps are on. Pierce with the 0-2 count. Swing and a miss on a great pitch down. And Gregerson will get his 2nd strikeout.
Go-to pitch, the slider, and he hits the right spot here. Look at that late bite at the end. Perfect location. Down and away. Steve Pierce just out in front.
So Gregerson records the 1st out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Here's Jonathan Scope. A base hit RBI in the 2nd. He is struck out and popped out. The home runs by Davis and Machado accounting for the other 2 runs. And that's a fair ball. Only plays at first. Will get the out. Gregerson down to second base goes Hardy. Hundley being called back, due up. Delman Young coming out.
Fans loving that. Delman Young, much like Steve Pierce. There's a look at the numbers against Gregerson. 1-for-1 with the home run, a couple RBIs.
Young has done a tremendous job in the pinch hitting role. He's 4 for 8 with an RBI. Chance for a game winner right here. 2 down, bottom of the 9th inning. Game is tied at 3. Orioles have out hit the A's 11-7. And Gregerson trying to find the 3rd out. Outfield moves a bit towards right. Big gap, left center field. Young with a swinging strike.
A pretty good slider right there from Gregerson. J.J. Hardy out at second base with the 2 outs. Get off there a little bit. Good secondary lead. Trying to get as much as he can.
Orioles 1 for 6 with runners in scoring position. Outside, nice stop. Norris keeps it in front of him. There are those pinch hitting numbers we were talking about.
Yeah, pretty impressive. 4 for 8 with the RBI and 1 double. As mentioned, much like Steve Pierce, seems like every opportunity these 2 guys get, they do something big to help the team.
Hardy off second base, keeping an eye on Nick Punto, the second baseman. Gregerson's delivery, and Young after another one that's down and in, 1-2.
And 3 sliders in a row. Delman Young's numbers with runners in scoring position at 286 with 5 RBI.
One ball, 2 strike delivery, and he struck him out. So Gregerson gets his 3rd K. Of course, when you've arrived off the road at 4 o'clock in the morning, get to bed at 7. What do you need the next night? Free baseball! At 3 apiece. The 10th inning coming up. The Orioles 5-2 in extra innings this season. The A's have gone 6-3 in extra inning ball games. Zach Britton will stay on the mound to work. Caleb Joseph will come on to do the catching. For Britton, he has worked extra innings a number of times. His high this year has been 3 innings worked against Tampa Bay. That was back early in the season in April. So these two teams so close with the numbers on the year and so close in this ball game. The veteran Nick Punto will lead it off here in the top of the 10th inning. Punto's got an 0 for 3, a strikeout, pop out, ground ball out. Coco Crisp and then Lowry. The A's tying it in the 8th inning on a walk to Crisp, double by Cespedes after Crisp had stolen second base. 1 strike count on Nick Punto. Outfield moves in a couple of steps on him. Pitch will be taken inside. And Britton with a 1-ball, 1-strike count.
Buck Showalter not scared to run Zach Britton out there again. Not many pitches in that last inning. These guys are going to start getting aggressive. You're going to see more ground balls early.
95-mile-an-hour misses. 2-ball, 1-strike count. Chen 6 1/3, 2 runs, 4 hits. The Orioles starter non-decision, no walk, 4 strikeouts. Webb 2/3 of an inning, couple of hits. O'Day an inning, 1 run, 1 hit, a walk, and 3 Ks. And a swing and a miss on a pitch that almost knocked him over face first. 2-2.
Good fastball. That movement is so amazing down in the zone. 95 miles an hour. He's taken off. You got to gear up. You know, when a pitcher's throwing 95, 96, you kind of anticipate the zone, but I don't think they're expecting that much late movement.
And Nick Punto is gone. He strikes out for the 2nd time. That'll be the 2nd K in the game for Britton.
Another good one here. Right at the bottom of the zone. Just diving down. Trying to get to it, but no chance.
One away, top of the order. Here is Crisp. Red Sox have lost to Detroit tonight, opening up that series. Detroit won it 6-2. Torrey Hunter, big ball game, 3 for 4 RBI, 4 in a row, won by the Tigers, now over the Red Sox. De La Rosa took the loss, 4 runs, 9 hits, 5 2/3. Smiley got the win, a run on 5 hits over 6. And the Red Sox lose it to the Tigers. Delivery to Crisp. That's going to miss outside, 2-0. Red Sox started the day 9 games out behind Toronto. Buck Showalter a couple weeks ago was talking about time for separation in baseball in the divisions, with teams starting to move one way or the other. Crisp in the air, right center field. Jones, no chance. That'll fall in. Crisp on his way to second base. Adam will get it back in, but it is a stand-up double, and for somebody who didn't start the game, he's certainly having an impact on it.
Now the walk that led to the run in the 8th, and here he gets on an elevated fastball from Zach Britton and driving it into the gap. Actually, Adam Jones, a nice play, picking that up clean, getting the ball back in the infield.
So Crisp is on with the 8th hit. He'd have been at third if Adam Jones doesn't get over there and make that play. Now the potential go-ahead run on for Lowry. Lowry is 0 for 4, 2 strikeouts. And Meek in the bullpen for the Orioles. A's are 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position. Crisp with that real good speed. Pitch is away for a ball. Right back here tomorrow night, 7:15, the first pitch. Game will be on Fox. And then we will be back with you on Masson and WJZ on Sunday for the 1:30 game. Britton the look and the 1-0 delivery. That's in the air, down to right field. Nick Markakis, a long run. Crisp waiting. Markakis, an outstanding catch. Crisp will tag up. There'll be no throw. But a big second out on Lowry and a fine play by Markakis.
Wow, what a running play by Nick Markakis. He's come up with some defensive gems this season. This one beautiful. Lowry getting on the pitch and driving it deep to right field down that line, but Markakis takes the great pursuit angle. Coco Crisp, pretty good read, staying close enough to second base to tag and get on over to third. And take a look at Markakis, the great concentration. Over the shoulder, beautiful play.
And you had to know it would be Donaldson coming up here in the 10th inning. He and Machado have been every vital point in the game, seemingly, either at the plate or in the field in key situations. Runner at third base, so R2 down. Donaldson will take the pitch for a ball. Home run is 17th in the first inning, hit by a pitch, and he is flied out and struck out. Donaldson came in hitting .324 lifetime against the Orioles, had 1 home run coming in, and of course he's added the 1 here in this game. Crisp off third base, 1-0 delivery. Outside, 2-0.
The crowd wanting that call. Pretty close, but the late movement, I think, took it off the plate.
Crowd of 28,076, 28,076 the tickets for this one. Boy, are they seeing a ball game. A real good one. 2-0. 3-0. Cespedes waiting on deck. Donaldson, a .316 hitter off lefty. Cespedes, .241. Crisp off third. 3-0 delivery. He's green lighting it. 3-1.
Staying aggressive. I think Zach Britton aware of that. That's a quality pitch. 95 miles an hour. Good location. Moving down and in. Got to come up with another good one here.
Three ball, 1 strike count. On the way up, and he walked him. Only the second walk the Oriole pitchers have surrendered, putting runners on at first and third with 2 down. Yoenis Cespedes, an RBI doubled in the 8th inning that tied this ball game up. Now he gets a chance to give his club the lead again. A's led it 2-0 early in the ball game. Orioles came back at this ball game tied up. And a run in the second, homer in the 4th by Davis. Machado home run, 5th inning, gave him the lead. A's tied it in the 8th. And the pitch will be taken. And that will bring Joseph out to talk with Britton.
Well, good job by Caleb Joseph on not many big league games, getting his first opportunity, but that's a situation where you like to see your catcher run out there, settle him down a little bit, get him back into the zone.
Big hole between first and second as they move Jonathan Scope into the shift. 1-0 delivery. Cespedes eaten up by that pitch. 1-1.
Well, all fastballs to this point, and this is a nasty slider. 84 miles an hour. Look at the bite on that, down and in. Now, one-time starter certainly has more pitches in his repertoire, but he has been so good with his fastball. That's his go-to.
Here's the 1-1 delivery. Cespedes down to first and foul. So Britton gets ahead. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Cespedes. 2 down, top of the 10th inning. Oriole fans up and applauding for the out. Britton. 1-2.
I want to come back with that hard slider. Down and in. Just lost it. Arm side.
Cespedes, of course, coming out of Cuba. He's 28 years old now. Defecting to the Dominican Republic. Played for that Cuban national team for all those years. 2-2 delivery to him. Down to third and foul. Look out. Coco Crisp, the lead runner at third base. Donaldson over at first. Two-two delivery on the way. Cespedes goes down swinging. Zach Britton gets his 3rd strikeout. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 2 are left on base. The Orioles will have the top of the order coming up as we go to the bottom of the 10th. Every Orioles game all season long with MLB.com at bat on your favorite mobile phone or tablet. At Bat brings you baseball wherever you are. Look-ins, instant replays, scores, stats, highlights, and more. Download the award-winning MLB.com at bat at the App Store or go to Orioles.com today. Great job by Zach Britton, and now the Orioles with a chance again to win it.
Yeah, it was a fabulous job by Britton. Well, Fernando Abad wants to try to do the same for the A's. 1.90 earned run average, 24 strikeouts with the 9 base on balls. He's having himself a solid year. Opponents hitting just 136, lefties at 129, righties at just 140. And he's been pretty strong here recently. Hasn't allowed an earned run over his last 9 outings. It's a very effective arm out of this A's bullpen.
Abad out of the Dominican Republic, 28 years old. Came up through the Houston organization. Also played with the Nationals. Nick Markakis coming up. Abad has not surrendered an earned run in his last 9 outings, 6 2/3 innings. He is second among relievers in lowest slugging percentage and third lowest batting average, 136. His whip, .85, is 8th in the league.
He's got some good stuff. A live fastball, anywhere from 90 to 96 miles an hour. Curveball and change to go along with it. And he's got pretty good command of all 3 of his pitches. He actually uses them all against both lefties and righties.
So the Orioles try and wrap this up here in the bottom half of the 10th inning. Nick Markakis singled. 11-game hit streak. Breaking ball. That had some bend on it in their first strike. Abad last year for Washington was in 39 games. He was 0-3, but he had a 3.35 ERA. Not bad. 0-1 the count. Fastball to first, over the bag. Nope, foul.
Angel Hernandez right on top of that to make the call. Just seems like every game that he's involved, him and Buck Showalter have a couple words to say to each other.
Well, they'll have the plate tomorrow night, so. 0-2 the count. Abad's pitch will be fouled back into the screen.
Good pass on that fastball from Nick Markakis. 94 miles an hour. He was on it. Davis looking on intently. Big solo shot from him in this ball game.
0-2 delivery. Markakis off the fist this time, and there'll be no play. Donaldson charging over to get it. Two teams meeting for the first time on the season, and as you would expect from a couple of ball clubs that got some wins. Pretty even Steven. Orioles are after their 31st win. Oakland after their 38th. Donaldson, Machado, 2 of the best in the game at third. 2 offenses who can score a lot of runs. Advantage pitching, at least starter wise, goes to the A's. 0-2 delivery. There's the base hit. They gave Markakis the middle, and he took it.
Well, what a nice piece of hit, and great at bat by Nick Markakis, fouling off some tough fastballs. And he's able to get to this one. What makes him so good, that bat head stays through the zone. He pulls the hands in tight, finds the barrel, and picks up a leadoff single.
All right, you folks out there can be your manager now. Do you bunt Machado? We're in the 10th inning. Game's tied at 3. Machado's had a home run, a single, 2 for 4. You got Cruz on deck, who is 0 for 4 in the game. You be the manager. Donaldson moves in at third. Markakis with his second hit on at first. Nobody out. Got fooled on a breaking ball he had to punch at. He has 1 sacrifice on the year.
it is. Just the one sacrifice bunt. A lot of times you see this Orioles offense, they'll bunt on their own as Jim Johnson gets loose in the A's pen. And that time Manny, the big breaking ball, kind of stabbing at it. Get that bat head out in front and then make your adjustment as the pitch is on the way.
Squares, bunts. Good one. Pitcher stumbled. Blanks will play it. Low throw. Punto's able to dig it out. There's his second sacrifice.
Nice job by Manny right there.
Abad coming off the mound wanted to play it, but he almost fell down. His feet went up from under him. Blanks, though, is there to make the play. Manny congratulated. Potential winning run is moved to second base.
Take a look. Manny squaring early and gets it down. That's where you want to take it. Force that first baseman to field it. And it was almost a collision between Abad and Banks. Able to get that out, though. Markakis out at second base. You knew this was coming.
Intentional pass will be surrendered to Nelson Cruz. His fifth. Bob Melvin choosing to have Adam Jones come up to the plate. Buck Showalter had that all packaged in when he made the decision to sacrifice. He was more than willing to. A red-hot Jones, give him the opportunity for a game-winning hit.
Heck yeah. With the numbers that Adam Jones has on against lefties, Buck Showalter's thinking about that.
How about this? How about if it's Jim Johnson against Adam Jones?
Quite possibly could be.
Baseball is great theater. And here in Act 1, Orioles and A's. We are going to have, I don't know. He hasn't made a signal yet. And he's not gonna. Now Jim has had great numbers on the road.
Yeah.
The numbers have been at home in Oakland. That's where the numbers have gone up. But he's going to leave the left-hander in to pitch to the best average hitter against left-handers in the American League.
I don't know about that call. Even though Abad's been very good, he's had that nice little streak here of the scoreless innings. And Adam Jones, his offensive numbers are incredible against the lefties.
One that matters is Nick Markakis at second base. We're tied. 10th inning. Ball game is tied at 3-3. Machado got him down there with a bunt. Cruz at first, intentional pass, but that run doesn't really matter. One away. And Jones will take the pitch inside for a ball. Folks have not left the yard in this ball game. There are the number 433. Base hit into left field. Here comes Moss. Here comes Markakis. Here's the throw to the plate. It's there, and he is out. The potential game-winning run thrown out by Brandon Moss as Norris came out to get it and then dove back and had time to put the tag on Markakis.
Well, great piece of hitting. Buck Showalter's going to come out and question. Great piece of hitting, but look at Moss closing the distance down. Good one-time throw. Good transfer. Markakis trying to get to that back corner as he reaches in.
Did he ever touch him?
Well, that's the question that Buck Showalter wants to relay on.
You don't have much to lose with a challenge here.
Reach back. It did look like he caught him in the side.
And they're going to challenge. So this one's going to go to New York.
Nothing to lose.
Potential game-winning run.
Yeah, nothing to lose. I guess the question is, did Markakis' hand get down before that tag was put in or put on him?
That angle would sort of say yes. but the other angle looked like no. And if it's not definitive, the call on the field stands. So the matter just wait. First challenge we've had in the ball game.
Take a look, reaching back. Markakis' hand down, but is the glove on the side? Just so hard to tell. Really hard.
Fans are watching and reacting as it's shown on the big board here at the park.
Yeah, so close. I think he might have got him.
Umpires have had the word from New York, and it will stand. The out call, but not done yet.
A really great play all the way around. I mean, Adam Jones, great piece of hitting. Moss, nice job closing the distance. A strong throw, good tag, good slide.
And Cruz doing what he needed to do, getting to third base. Was Moss getting the play at the plate. That allowed Nelson Cruz to go all the way over to third from first. Now he's the one. And Chris Davis has got a chance for a game-winning RBI. He's had a home run and a single, 2 for 4. Abad, the shift on behind him. But Davis up, 2 down. Jones will go down to second base, defensive indifference. He can just stand there and watch, because what matters is the runner at third.
That's smart play, though. I mean, you want to get rid of that force at second base.
1-0 count. That's pitch will be taken away. Any indication of what this series is going to look like? Get out here and see some great baseball.
Oh, yeah.
Big lead for Cruz. Topper, foul. With 2 down, Oakland willing to let him wander off, because it's not going to matter if there's a base hit. It's not going to be any play at the plate anyway. You've got the shift on, so you got Donaldson, the third baseman, almost over at second base. I mean, that's a long way between your third baseman and the runner.
That sure is. But you know what that does is allowing Nelson Cruz to get that far down. If a ball skips away, there's an extra opportunity there. So Nelson Cruz trying to take advantage of that and get down as far as he can.
And the pitch, and a swing and a miss. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes on Chris Davis. Cruz at third. There he comes, stealing home. The throw, and he is out. He tried to steal home with that big differential on the lead he could get, but a good reaction by Abad. Sometimes pitchers will balk here. Catcher saw him coming, stepped out. What an inning. The second and third outs are recorded at the plate, and we go to the 11th inning at 3-3. ago, they opened the gates, and Wei-Yin Chen went out to the mound. He would be non-decision, giving up 2 runs, 4 hits over 6 in the 3rd innings. Manny Machado, Josh Donaldson got into it at third base, thought the tag was a little hard. Davis would deliver the long ball in the ball game. That came in the 4th inning. Machado would do the same later. Donaldson would get hit by a pitch. Looked like a game-saving catch, maybe still is, by Nick Markakis in the corner in that 10th inning. 3-3, and we go to the 11th and one of the most unusual bottom of the 10th innings that you're likely to see for a while.
That sure was. I mean, a couple plays at the plate by the Oakland A's, but Evan Meek just recalled 12 games in his opportunities with the Orioles, 6.94 earned run average. He's hoping that he got some things straightened out in AAA Norfolk and get back on track and put up some zeros for the O's.
Zach Britton worked 2 innings, had 3 strikeouts and 1 walk. Now Meek is on. John Jaso will be the pinch hitter for Norris, the catcher, with a right-hander. Part of that platoon system we talked about, and that didn't take long. He tees up. Will he get 2? Jones over, slides, knocks it down. Here's the throw to second base. Jaso is safe by just that much.
Ball got kicked out.
Jones slipped a little bit trying to come up with it, and Jaso's got a double.
Oh, good play. Nice job by Jaso hustling on into second base. Adam Jones with the perfect throw. J.J. Hardy putting that tag down. Take a look here. I mean, it's got to be pretty darn close. He got his foot in. Well, I thought the ball came out of J.J.'s glove, but
another close call for the umpire, and got it exactly right. Adrian Johnson out there at second base. That'll be potential go-ahead run at second and nobody out. Oh, that ball coming right in on the hitter, Brandon Moss. Moss made the fine throw from right field to record the out at the plate on Nick Markakis, and then Cruz trying to steal home the 3rd out made at the plate in that 10th inning. Moss a single, 1 for 4. Meek's delivery of fastball, 91, it goes by him. Orioles continuing to shuffle people around to keep that bullpen strong, and needing it here in this game. 0-2 delivery on the way, and a swing and a miss.
A real good pitch right there from Evan Meek. Finally got that ball down in the zone, and you see the good movement on the cutter. A couple pitches up. But this one well executed. Gets on the side of that baseball. Good velocity at 92. And he's able to get Moss to swing over the top of it.
First out recorded. Each team has stranded 7. Callaspo's got an 0 for 4. He's the DH in the game. Ground ball to short. Hardy bobbles. Wow. 3-error ball game for JJ yesterday, and he looked over to third wondering where he's going to make the play, and then lost the ball.
Yeah, possibly picked his head up a little too soon. That's exactly what happened. Looking at that runner at third. Ball doesn't go into his glove. JJ Hardy, you never see him make that kind of mistake. Too quick with the head move.
5 errors. 4 of them have come in 2 games. Bob Melvin calling back blanks. Potential go-ahead run at third base. And they've got a runner at first. The A's, of course, they want to score all they can. Voigt's going to come out as the pinch hitter. Voigt, another one of the players who's been all over the place defensively and getting a chance. He started in right field yesterday. He had never started in the outfield before. So Stephen Vogt will come out. Last year with AAA Sacramento, Pacific Coast League All-Star. He's a catcher. He had a couple of stints with the A's. 3 for his last 5 at the plate. So first and third and 1 out. Jaso's the lead runner who got the single in the air, allowing Cayespo to reach at first. Machado even with the bag at third. Vogt takes it for a strike.
Good pitch. Meek needs to get himself another ground ball. One thing the Orioles defense has been really good at recently is rolling that double play ball. Help them get out of some jams. This is the opportunity for it here.
A's are 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position. The 0-1 delivery. That's a long foul ball. Domi gets ahead of him, a 2-strike count.
Both managers the limited opportunities early in the ball game. Close pitch. Meek trying to backdoor it. And now some extra inning opportunities. The Orioles couldn't capitalize the last inning.
The A's left 2 on in the 10th inning. Orioles left a runner in scoring position in the 9th and the 10th. 1-2 delivery to Vogt. That to third, and he's got a base hit. Jaso will score, and the A's are on top. So coming off the bench, Vogt picks up a pinch hit single RBI and makes it a 4-3 ball game.
Vogt made the adjustment after hooking one foul. He says, well, I got the bat head out in front too soon. Well, this time he pulls his hands through with the 2 strikes and finds the hole and pick up that go-ahead RBI.
So Vogt on with the base hit. Now runners at first and second base. And that will bring up Nick Punto, who's the number 9 hitter, the second baseman. Makes delivery to him, and that'll be up high for a ball. Vogt gets his second RBI in this, the 4th game he has played in. The A's, of course, are going to try and add to it. Doolittle, the closer, up again, second time he's been up in the pen. 1-0 delivery, fisted back. 13 hits for the Orioles, 10 for the A's. Yet for all of that, a combined 7 runs. Nick Punto with the 0 for 4, 2 strikeouts. Here's the 1-1 delivery to him. He'll take it, and it's there.
Pitch at the bottom of the zone for Meek. A couple pitches elevated. And going to come up with a payoff pitch here. A's offense putting some pressure on him.
One ball, 2-strike count. Punto will go to short, and there's the play they needed. Hardy will go to the bag. A double play line drive, and that will end the inning, but a run in on a couple of hits and an error, and the A's lead by 1. to keep it going, 2 to win it as the A's go on top 4-3.
Sean Doolittle now the closer for the Oakland A's. One-time first baseman, actually back in 2011, has done a nice job since he's taken over this closer role. 7 saves in 8 opportunities. 186 opponent batting average. Lefties at 154 and the righties at 206. And he's on a bit of a roll. Hasn't allowed a run over his last 15 outings. He's a power pitcher. 93 to 96 with the fastball. Pretty good slider as well.
Jaso will stay in the ball game to do the catching after pinch hitting. Moss will come in from right field to play at first base with blanks out, and Voit will stay in right field so he gets his second chance to play in the outfield. And Doolittle will work here in the bottom of the 11th inning. It'll be Davis, Hardy, and Pierce coming up for the Orioles. Chris Davis, a home run, a base hit. He's had a 2 for 4. 5-game hit streak for Chris. A's will go into the shift. Doolittle's delivery, and the pitch will be outside for a ball. Rotating closers for a lot of teams this year, and Doolittle right now is the one for the A's, and a check swing that he could not hold up on.
See Chris Davis looking in the power zone, and he gets one, and he hammers the fastball from Malone to left field. Chris Davis is right when he's showing that power the other way.
That'll miss away. Doolittle 7 out of 8 for saves. Gregerson 3 out of 8. Jim Johnson 2 out of 3. Otero 0 for 2. All have tried the closer role. Here's the 2-1 delivery. Davis will fight it off. It'll even the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, right in the hot hand right now. He was being used in like 7th, 8th inning. High leverage situations, but with the struggles from Johnson and Gregerson, he got pushed into that closer role.
And a swing and a miss.
And that's why aggressive approach, really effective with the elevated fastball here, 95 miles an hour on the outer third to get Chris Davis. Can't quite get to it.
J.J. Hardy, 3-hit ball game, 2 singles, double, run scored. He is 3 for 4 in the game. And he will take the pitch for a strike. Right now, Abad stands to be the winning pitcher in this ball game. Meek, the pitcher of record for the Orioles right now. And that is there for a strike as well. Two very good teams playing a very tough game. The A's are 8-8 in 1-run ball games. The Orioles are 12-8. 0-2 delivery, a slow roller, and it's foul. An interesting interesting article today on closers that the Indians had John Axford, $4.5 million a year. He had a bad May. Cody Allen has taken over. The Jays had Casey Jansen. He missed the first 6 weeks trying to get back. The Reds had Aroldis Chapman. He got struck in the face. Now they've gone to Jonathan Broxton. And a swing and a miss. So retiring on 2 strikeouts are Davis and Hardy.
And JJ trying to gear up to get to the fastball, and this one just takes off up at the top of the zone. Can't quite hold up. Home plate umpire Larry Vanover making the call.
2 down. Steve Pearce, who's got the power to tie this up, 2 singles. He is 2 for 4 in the ball game. Other teams have battled. The White Sox had Nate Jones as a closer. Matt Lidstrom took the job away from him, then got hurt. Belisario took it over. Houston had to wait around for a closer. Chad Qualls has finally taken the job. They were doing closer by committee. 0-1 delivery on the way, and that's foul back, and it's 0-2. So Doolittle looking to pick up save number 8. 8 out of 9. Now the Orioles try and keep this game alive in the bottom half of the 11th inning. Here's the 0-2 delivery. So Doolittle comes on and strikes the side out, and a disappointing loss for the Orioles. Extra innings now. They go to 5-3, while the A's extra innings 7th win, 7-3. They come away with a 1-run win. A's 4, O's 3 in game 1. Game 2 coming up tomorrow. That will be at 7:15 on Fox. Kevin Gausman expected to be activated to go against Sonny Gray. Tune in to MASN Sunday, the series finale. Ubaldo Jimenez against Scott Kazmir. 1 o'clock goes extra, presented by Geico. Game at 1:30 on MASN and WJZ. This has been a MASN presentation. Tom and Rick goes extra. Tremendous ball game played with some big plays all coming up. For Mike Bordick and all of our crew, I'm Garrett Thorne. Adieu.